There we go. Welcome to session 4 of the Hell's Heart Lamentations of the Flame Princess campaign, our Age of Sail 1650 AD campaign in the Caribbean. So does anybody want to volunteer to recap last session for 200 bonus experience points?
Sounds like a good way for you to get them XP points, Troy.
Sure, well, go ahead. I'm the first mate. I'll step up. So basically, our crew, our ship was wrecked. We got one of our sailors almost eaten by mermaids, and we had to go into port. We went into Tortuga to get our ship mended, and also to get Sean's character, Mr. Red, healed up. In port, we were kind of besieged by talk of our captain maybe double-crossing us. We were kind of led astray. And in the end, the captain didn't actually deceive us. He actually went into the heartland of the island, interacted with some of the natives, and uncovered some treasure that he would have had buried there. So in the end, he brought that back to the ship, made arrangements for Mr. Red to be healed up by a proficient doctor, and also for the ship to be prepared to go back out to sea so we can travel further to the Spanish main to uncover additional treasures. We all had our little adventures and interactions in the tavern, but that's pretty much all that happened in the last session, I think.
Yeah, it'll be sufficient enough. I do recall you guys got eaten up by mosquitoes. Who was it that had not succeeded on their saving throws? Nobody had a total failure, but there were a few partial saves.
I'm pretty sure Dutch was among the few who got a partial, or at least, yeah, he had something that was going to happen over the next few days.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I know exactly what's going to happen. Don't worry.
No.
So Dutch, Ronald. Anybody else? Was that it? There was only 2 or 3 of you. I can't remember. Sounds good. Okay, so just Dutch and Ronald. I don't, if I recall correctly, Robert wasn't even there at the time, so he was safe.
Well, I was being operated on.
Yes, you were getting your claw. Okay, cool. Just so I've taken note of that, so I can keep track. In fact, what I'll tell you now is when you're going to wake up the next day, you're going to feel pretty ill. And this is going to last, Christ, it's going to last for 6 days for poor Ronald, and 4 days, and 4 days for Dutch. Sorry. So you're going to have a -1 to all like attack rolls and things of that sort. It's not going to affect your skill checks, just your like attack rolls. Anytime you're rolling like a d20 for something like that, you know, if you're obviously, since it works differently when you're making an ability check, you'd be adding 1. But yeah, don't worry. It just basically means, you know, you have to roll. You have a 1 degree point closer to failure. So.
Okay.
But not to damage.
No. Just there's no bonuses or modifiers to damage anyway in limitations. So. Okay. And that's just a matter of you feeling ill from these insect bites, you know. If you had totally failed, then there could have been more serious repercussions. But, you know, like loss of hit points, possibly loss of ability scores, things of that sort. But
I think I actually had it too, Ian. Because I've got a note.
Did you?
Here. Yep.
Okay, then Simon, you're only going to be sick for 2 days.
Dutch heard of a sailor who lost his schwanz to one of these diseases, so be careful, guys.
That might have been a different kind of disease, but yeah, who knows? We got plenty of those in Tortuga as well. Regarding now, this is the beginning of the session. I don't know if any of you guys remember, but I said that we would use carousing rules for whenever you start a session off in a town or city or etc. or village, that you could spend money to gain experience points. But I don't think any of you guys have a sufficient amount of money to make it worthwhile anyway, do you? You're also pretty poor.
What are we looking at for sufficient?
The way it works, if you're in a town, you would roll a d8 and multiply that by 100, and that's the amount of XP that you could buy with 1 silver for 1 XP. If you can't afford to buy the amount you rolled, then you only get half of experience points for however much gold you do have, and you spend all of your gold. And there can also be other repercussions and problems, etc.
So yeah,
Also
definitely
another
not have
thing is if you roll higher than your level on the die, so like say you're level 2 and you roll a 3 on the die, then you also have a chance for some kind of something interesting happening during your carousing.
Cool. So that's in the playtest rules, or that's in the main book?
No, that was from somebody's blog post. Something.
Cool.
I have it. I can send it to you at another time. But I think I posted it in the campaign group anyway, in the the Lamentations of the Irish American Expatriate group. Okay.
No carousing for me.
Okay. So that's out of the way. We're not going to deal with any carousing. And then you guys had 6 days in Tortuga before you would be ready to depart for the Spanish Main. Captain Bledsoe had told you that your next stop would be Cumana on this hunt for this great treasure that he claims to be hunting. Did he tell you what that was?
I don't think so.
I think he said it was more treasure, more booty than we could ever dream of.
Yeah.
He didn't exactly say what it was or in what form, but he said that all of our riches and desires would be answered.
Okay. Over that 6-day period, then, is there anything in particular that you'd like to do or take care of before leaving?
Well, after we would have left that Aboriginal village that we were in, the first thing I would have done would have been to immediately backtrack to where Robert the Red was to make sure that he was okay, because we left him in the care of that doctor and the mistress that he had met in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I need to do,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I need to do is prepare spells. 2 rocks speak, 1 miasma.
Okay.
Dutch probably would have spooned his loaded gun in the flop house, waiting out his illness, trying to recuperate, licking his wounds.
Very good. Okay. In that case, then, you, Mr. Silvers. Oh, hold on a second. My child is here. What's up, sweetie? You okay? Yeah, go ahead. All right. Anyway, close the door. In the meantime, Silvers, you would be contacted that morning by one of the tribes people, one of the Carib people. It's a woman. She's maybe middle-aged. You figure she's probably in her late 30s, 40s, somewhere in there. And she would say to you, you're the one they call Silvers. Is that correct?
With a certain apprehension of these natives, I'll slowly kind of nod my head and say, "Aye, that's what they call me. You come to pay tribute."
I may be able to help you. I've heard about your problem.
You have me at a disadvantage. I have many problems.
I understand you have an unwanted guest, and she points at your head, living in there.
I just stare at her silently. And how did you come about that information, pray tell?
People talk, especially sailors and local people with nothing better to do.
Well, you've
I may
piqued
be
my
able to help
interest.
you.
Okay, I'm listening.
There is a ritual I can perform. It will bring forth a spirit that could speak to you. would be able to help you rid yourself of your guest, perhaps. You would have to come back here in a couple of nights. I would prepare everything.
You are capable of casting this magic?
All I do is provide my...
No, it's another person that's going to cast it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, could you not hear me?
Yeah, you broke up there, Ian.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, she said to you, she said, I don't cast the magic. I simply provide a vessel for the spirit. The spirit will tell you what you need to know.
That's mighty kind of you, I reckon, but what do you get out of it?
The satisfaction of helping to rid you of this wicked demon living inside of you. It will bring nothing good to you or anyone around you, including our friend, the captain.
Yeah, maybe you're doing it for the captain. Maybe you're doing it to get revenge on me for killing those 4 natives. How do I know you're telling the truth?
Well, I don't know what I can tell you to convince you. It's up to you to decide. I will prepare everything. If you come back in a couple of nights, we can do the ritual. If you decide that you don't want to go through with it, if you don't trust me, then you may carry on as you were. I certainly cannot force you.
You're right about that.
The longer you have that thing inside of you, the more complicated your life will become. Believe me. It speaks with your mouth, yes? Sees through your eyes?
Well, it certainly speaks through my mouth.
Yes. It'll rain chaos and ruin upon you eventually. The choice is yours, Mr. Silvers. My name is Helen Marie.
Well then, Helen, I thank you, I do, but I'll have to think it over. Maybe I'll be back.
Good luck, Mr. Silvers.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks away.
Yeah, Silvers is thinking in his head, I'm gonna get the hell away from here. Yeah, so, and in fact, the moment I get back to the crew, I'm going to tell them, well, actually, I'm going to tell not everybody, but Blackjack, that I think the captain's trying to set me up.
I wouldn't be surprised. I do not trust him, man.
He sent one of those native women who was worshiping him, said they'd do a ritual to get my demon out of me. What do you make of it?
It would be good news if you could get rid of that little girl that speaks. She's quite unnerving. As for trusting the woman, well, I didn't meet her. Didn't get a sense of the lady. The captain wasn't untruthful when he said he would come here and set us straight with the ship. I don't know. I can't offer you any advice in this matter, Silvers.
I have a question for you, Ian. Does the spell Covenant, the way that works, does the Covenant last until it's broken, or can I end the Covenant?
Ooh, good question. Let me have a quick look. I think it's probably permanent.
I'd want some kind of cosmic permanence on an awesome spell like that.
Yeah. I'd find it. Covenant, here we go.
You're fearful that this ritual will put you in physical danger?
Well, it specifically says temporary control. So It would have to be within the contract of the covenant, I suppose. So your specific covenant has a pretty permanent contract.
Yeah, I don't think there was even a time. Like, it was just
Nope.
yeah, forever.
Yep.
And I can only enter into one covenant at a time, right?
Ooh. I don't think so. I don't know. Let me double check that. Damn it, I just closed the book. Covenant. Does not say that. No.
Oh, okay.
There was another spell that specifically said that you could only have one at a time, wasn't there?
It wasn't covenant, though.
No.
Okay. Well, Blackjack, I think I have an idea. Perhaps we could return and go through with this little ritual, and I could bind the local to her word, using my covenant. Should she even think about betraying me, a demon would rip the soul out of her body and drag it down into hell.
You speak of things I have no knowledge of, friend. I will come with, though, if you do decide to go through the ritual, and I will stand guard to make sure no others will put your body at risk. When the witch is inside your mind, inside your head, there's little I can do, but your body will be safe.
So I imagine there's like a dither, and then I'm talking to the entire crew, telling them the same plan about how the woman approached me. And
do you want to do it when you get back to the doctor's house so you can tell Robert as well?
Yep.
You'll be awake now. So you guys go back to Dr. Zed's place the next day. You get there in the late morning. Robert, you are conscious. You wake up. You're in a good deal of pain and rather disoriented, particularly around your hand. I think it was your left hand, wasn't it?
Left hand, yes. My right arm. I don't have a right arm anymore.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. Where is it here? Yep, okay, no problem. So, yeah, you've got, like I said, I described to you last session, where you've got that hook now in place of your left hand, and it's got it's like a double hook actually, and you can kind of pinch it, but it'll take you probably a good few days, probably take you the week to get used to trying to manipulate.
Well, like in the last session, I ended with like saying, like that I'm looking at the hook and I'm just focusing myself and trying to do it, and I'm just obsessed with doing this, and I'm trying, swinging it around, and still hurts, and I'm just getting used to it, and but like I am just fascinated with it also, and I'm just kind of in my own world at this moment, dealing with the pain and also drinking some grog to ease it.
Yeah, the doctor would bring some to you and say, I see you're awake. It'll take you some time to get used to it, but when you learn to manipulate and control it, you should be just as strong as your hand was before. You should be able to get a pretty powerful grip between those two.
I look at it and I'm like, I like it, Doc. Good job. Yeah,
You'll be able
to
take manipulate door handles. You'll be able to pick up a glass, things of that sort. So
I'll be able to slice some people up.
Oh, there's that as well. If you wish, he just kind of shivers.
And I'm like, I like. So you got any rum for this tea?
Yes. I'm sure I have some around here. I'll bring some back for you. He goes off and comes back. And you'll be enjoying that rum and tea around the time when the crew shows up.
I'm trying to practice to lift up different objects, and I'm like dealing with the pain. So, but yeah.
So when you guys do arrive back at the doctor's house, the door is open and you're met there by a manservant, actually. He is black-skinned. He looks to be perhaps one of the indigenous people, although he's pretty dark. You think he actually probably was brought over, probably from Africa at some point. And he greets you at the door, welcomes you in, asks if he can get you any refreshment.
Yes, a water basin to clean up would be most appreciated, friend. The jungle is quite dirty. Mosquitoes everywhere.
Very good.
Feel like they're still crawling over us. Our friend, is he up and alert?
I have not seen him. The doctor has been tending to him, but I'll let the doctor know that you're here, and he'll be up to you shortly.
I'm just gonna yell into the house, Robert! Where are you, Robert? It's Silvers and the gang. We're here to see you.
I'm like, come in.
You're shouting from down. You're down in the kind of it was almost like a basement, kind of like a lower level, like a half basement anyway. But you can hear him. You can shout, bellow out, so you'll hear him shouting.
Come in, you bloody bastards.
And the manservant just shakes his head and he says, "So about that basin, sir?"
Yeah, set it up in any room and show me where to go. I'll take a few moments before I greet my friend.
Yeah, he'll take you to a room where there are big kind of, what do you call it? It's a basin anyway, yeah. He goes out and fetches water to pour into it. It's not hot, but, it's clean.
So yeah, I take a rag and I wet it, wring it out, and just start to clean myself a little bit.
Sure. Everybody else is going down to see Robert, I take it? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, and Dutch, he's following close behind the group, but he's when left alone, he's mumbling malaria-induced ramblings to himself just as they go along.
Sweating a bit and everything, yeah. Okay. Okay, so you go on down, and there's Robert sitting up, probably, I suppose, in his bed.
Yep.
Silvers is gonna make a show of it, like when he walks in, he puts his hand up like he's a vast looking out at an ocean at a ship. And he's gonna search the room, eyeing right over Robert, and say, Robert! Where are you, Robert? Robert!
And I'm like, I just lift up my hook and I'm like, right here.
And then he'll put on his show and look shocked. Oh, I barely noticed you with that hand. Oh, a fine hand it is.
No longer shall I be known as Robert the Red. From now on I shall be known as Robert the Claw. People shall fear me.
You see him get like kind of a whimsical look on his face and nod. And I'll kind of stand out of the way because I'm sure the crew is happy to see Robert a little bit more of a man.
Yep. I'm saying, so when can we leave this port, get some booty?
Well, Robert, that's the thing. Why we're here to talk to you. We might be sticking around a couple more days, and I'll eye the rest of the crew as I say it. I was approached by one of the local village people, and they offered to perform a ritual on me to try to rid myself of the demon that lives in my noggin. And I'll tap my head.
Thank God. Can we attend?
I think so.
I'm not going to attend that kind of devilry. I'm going to be happy when you're rid of it.
No. Robert's the Claw, but I need you there.
More devilry. Fine. Once we got this kind of unholy matter done with, I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore.
And what of the other two of you, Dutch and Dom?
I know if I had a devil in my head, I'd probably take steps to get rid of it. And with that, he takes the pistol he's been holding in his hand, mumbling to himself the whole time, and holsters it carefully. Then continues sort of looking off in the corner and mumbling a bit.
Like, what the hell are you doing with the pistol? Ugh.
Well, and you, Dom, will you be joining us as well?
Dom steps in the room. He looks at Red's legs. He's got that sad, pouty expression. Damn it, they didn't take his leg. I wanted to see a peg leg. Yes, boss, I'll be there. Are we going to kill somebody?
Do you say that out loud?
No, he just looks really sad. He thought you'd be getting a peg leg.
Are we gonna kill somebody?
Yes.
We might be killing somebody, because this might be a trap, which leads me to the next point of business. And I'll pull out my really light coin sack and start passing out a single silver piece to each of you. And I feel like you should be rewarded for your work.
Wow.
And I'm like, and I basically attempt to use the claw and like kind of put it together at the second and pick up the coin and look at it. That'd be mighty small payment.
By a
I'll
few
take
trades.
it,
What are you doing, Robert? Those aren't for you. And I'll pull the coin out of the top of the grapple, and I'll say, no, you and I are wound up in destiny. I don't need to pay you, and you'll not need to pay me. But these other men, they don't know us. And I'll slowly kind of eye you as I stick it back into my pocket.
I just kind of scowl again, like. I'll be happy once I can make my own destiny again.
Okay.
So Ian, as I finish up cleaning myself in the basin of water, and the gentleman that had provided it has turned his back to leave. As he opens the door and I hear the sound behind me, I say to him, "Before you go, man, I have a proposition for you. We are a crew ready to set sail. We are looking for good men, good, strong, able men willing to be part of said crew. We'd be willing to pay you. Are you interested in such?"
Oh, no. Life of adventure is not for me. I'm paid quite well here by the doctor. I think I'll be staying. He treats me well.
Good. This is great to hear that he treats you
He
well.
offered me a job on the creaky one to banish slavery in all of the French colonies.
Then, very well then. I'm happy to hear that you're treated well here. If you change your mind, we will be here for another couple of days. The ship is docked on the northern side of the island. Come find us if you change your mind.
What is the name of the ship?
What was the name of the ship? I don't know.
Your ship's called the Silver Devil. You don't even remember the name of your own ship.
It's not my ship. The Silver Devil.
I was going to say, but Dutch didn't know that.
But you're not there either.
He's not
The Silver Devil, sir, is the name of the ship. We have a good captain, and I'm its first mate. You will be treated well, and there's booty in our future. Again, we are looking for strong men. You look able enough. You are obviously a man of your word and one to be trusted, being that you will not leave the man who employs you now. But as I said, 3-4 days from now, 3 days, we will be setting sail. Come find us if you change your mind. And with that, I turn and shoulder past him and walk out to join the others.
And when he comes back, Ronald will sneak out while the others are talking to use that washing bowl, because there aren't many opportunities for her to undress and wash herself in secret.
I forgot to mention the other body parts that I would have cleaned before I left. Because
I don't want to know. She doesn't want to know.
So yeah, when I joined the others, I say to Silvers, I was like, he is a resilient son of a bitch, is he not? We left him here. We brought him here, cleaved to his brisket, and here he is now, jumping around, ready for action. It's good to see you, Robert. Good to see you well.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Blackjack.
I thought you dead, friend, so... We will be leaving shortly. The captain has done us well. He has stocked the ship, and everything is as it should be.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, Robert, for right now, you're at a -6 for all actions.
Okay.
But that'll reduce by 1 per day. So
Okay.
tomorrow you'll be -5. By the time you depart, you should be back to about normal. So.
Okay, that includes also combat rolls, right?
Well, it's primarily combat rolls. Yeah, anything physical, I should say specifically, because it's your trying to get used to this new prosthesis.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, it wouldn't affect like a social roll or something like that, you know. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Quick question for you guys, just while I'm taking a few notes here. Who is drinking rum today?
I tried it. It's ridiculous.
I got a little bit of rum here.
I am. Got my Myers.
Well, it's 11 in the morning, but I do have some.
That's dedication, Clay. Day drinking is the best drinking.
Yeah.
Well, the game actually started at 5 o'clock for me, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I cannot drink at the moment, so for me it was just water. So.
Gotcha. What about you, Troy? You're not on rum, are you? I'll take that as a no. Either that or he's gone to retrieve some, perhaps. He doesn't want to miss out on the XP this time.
We really have to talk about that rule. What about beer?
The trick is you have to mix it with something tasty if you don't like the taste of it.
Well, the rum's awfully strong, so I've been washing it down with beer.
Good idea.
Well, I'm not a big fan of rum. I mean, except maybe Bacardi, but I don't see that as like real rum, honestly.
Oh, you just gotta find the right thing to mix it with, some kind of juice or something maybe, or
rum and Coke. I don't know. I always like rum and Coke.
Even something as simple as like brown sugar and water.
I'm drinking it straight and chasing it with water myself.
Orange juice and
I don't
pineapple
know.
juice.
In recent years, I've been also just drinking either beer or wine. Like I drink less and less like harder stuff. Although if I do, and if I have the chance, then it's either like something like vodka or something like that. Maybe a whiskey. Like, and I try to make that a better. Because whiskey, if it's a good whiskey, then it can be really good too.
Okay.
Finish up in there, boy. We're off. We're leaving this place. Our business here is concluded.
The door's probably not locked. I mean, I don't know.
I just poked my in at
instructions
Donald.
For privacy, or
what?
Come on now, we're leaving.
Yes, sir. And she puts her stuff back on really fast. I'm here.
So we're going back into the woods. We should prepare against these insects. You're not looking too well there, Dutch.
Do you want to ask the doctor about it? He might even notice and say, we'll just say he does notice and say, you don't look too well, Simon. Are you feeling ill?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you went out to the jungle last night, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the insects. I have something I could give you if you take it, every day. It should help you heal up quicker. And he'll give you like some kind of a liquid. He says, okay, well, listen, you only need to drink about a shot glass worth every day. He gives you probably about 6 shots worth of it, and it's pretty nasty and thick, and like kind of almost got that like milk of magnesia type texture to it. Yeah, it's just not very pleasant at all. And he would offer the same to Dutch and Ronald if they want.
Oh, he does.
So what will happen is if you guys do take that, it will cut your healing time down in half. So it means it'll only be 1 day before you'll feel better, Simon. It'll only be 2 days for Dutch and 3 days for Ronald. Okay.
Okay.
Cool, excellent.
Also, he'll give you guys a kind of it's like a salve or an ointment type thing. He says if you rub this on your exposed flesh before you go into the jungle, it should keep the insect bites to a minimum.
So you know the insects of the jungle. Do you know the people of the jungle, good sir? Sure,
I've had some interaction with them before. Some
What
of
do
them
they-
used to be slaves. Many of them come from Africa and then joined the Carib people after their liberation.
This I recognize. This I can connect with. What do these people desire? They don't seem to live a lavish life in the woods in their hut, crawling around in the muck and dirt.
Some of them prefer that lifestyle.
Exactly. So what is it that drives them on a day-to-day? What is their desire? How would one become their friend, their ally, someone that can be trusted?
Well, trust is something you earn, I suppose. Treat them fairly and with respect.
Is there anything, a gift perhaps, that can expedite these things that I desire, which is to make friends with these people?
Well, they live a very simple lifestyle. They don't have any luxuries or even any silver to their names per se. They deal on a barter system amongst themselves. So I suppose certain gifts of those sorts might be well accepted.
Foodstuffs?
Mm-hmm. They some of them are quite fond of rum, of course. They make their own out there, but you would be able to probably get them some of the more refined stuff that might be well accepted, well appreciated.
I appreciate your time, sir. Gratitude also for our friend. You seem to have done a fine job.
Well, I do what I can. At least he's 3/4 of a man now.
Is there any chance that he will have lingering illness? Infection? Everything seems to be okay?
Seems to be okay. There's always a chance of infection. Depends on his own actions over the several days of the healing process, but...
So we should take it easy.
Yes, if he shows any high fever or if you see any blackening around the affected area around the hand, bring him back to me right away.
And your man there, sir, the black one, the big lad that welcomed us.
Tom, yes.
Tom.
Mm-hmm.
How in need are you of Tom's services? I would like to potentially get him to work with us in the future.
Well, Tom's a free man. He's an employee of mine. I don't own the man or anything. If Tom decided to leave and join a ship's crew, I would simply have to hire a new assistant.
How much would it cost me for his employment to be no more in your services? To fire the man, how much would it cost?
To fire the man? Oh, I wouldn't fire the man.
So there is no value?
He's done nothing to deserve that.
Very well then. Good day.
I pay him 25 silver a week for his services.
Paid well. It's more than we're making for sure. I'm gonna go back being a fucking butler. Screw this shit. Getting malaria in the woods, getting claws for hands. Alright, I'm going to thank him for everything he's done for us and bid him adieu and turn and walk away. Try to
Okay.
find Silvers and see what the plan is for this witch in the
Sure.
woods. Sean can have a claw, I can have a tongue. Goddammit.
Well, Tom's not for sale.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Silvers, my boy, what's the plan? Are we heading back out tonight? What was the timeline for this?
You got a couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yep.
Well, the doctor here said that the people like rum. Who doesn't like rum, right? Maybe we can ensure that they don't try to lobotomize you by being friendly to them this time instead of creeping up and killing their people in the woods.
It might work too, but don't forget they attacked us.
Oh, I know, I dodged the spear. It could have pierced me to the tree. I'm glad you did what you did. Do not consider me ungrateful, friend.
I'm just studying your eyes, and I say, I saw the way you're looking at that native.
Native? Sorry? The man, Tom. Yeah, yes. I'm just recruiting. You seem like a potential candidate to join the crew.
And how did the
Sad-
recruitment go?
Not well. I'm good at many
No.
things, but
Now, my
persuasion
boy,
apparently is not one of them.
I'm going to put my arm around your neck and get in close and say, one time we were at port in a Dutch town, and we wanted a man to join the crew, and he told us he couldn't. So we got him drunk, and we gave him more, and we got him even drunker till he couldn't walk. Then we put him on the ship before it left. You get where I'm going with this?
Your plan is sound. If he's on a pirate ship, he is thus then a pirate. There's no going back, is there?
A classic Shanghai. So all we need to do is, before we plan to leave, is invite the lad out to a party by the docks.
Maybe I can find that lady that I met yesterday. She can be quite persuasive.
Was it Elizabeth? Was that her name?
I can't remember. She's
Didn't
friends with a mole. That's all I know.
Didn't she spend the night here with Robert the Red?
Oh, yes, this was a different lady. His was
Okay.
young and attractive. Mine was not.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, his was the walrus.
Right.
So, let us go and have a drink then.
Okay.
We have time to kill.
Yep. A couple nights can pass. You'll pick up some. Yeah. You'll pick up some rumors anyway from people in the taverns. Somebody would say to you, Simon, that they heard about a monstrous octopus that sunk a Spanish treasure galleon deep at sea.
Tall tales.
But a lot of talk about giant tentacles coming up out of the water and crushing ship's hulls.
Rolling my eyes, I would take a heavy drink and say, "You shouldn't believe everything you hear, lad."
Dom, you would hear from one of the lads you're drinking with that there's a big hubbub over the new English capital in Jamaica. They're calling it Port Royal, and apparently they're investing a lot of money into developing it into a major port in the region.
These British bastards.
Ronald, another lad, would tell you the story about Abraham Blackthorne, a famed pirate who is of English origin, operating around the Bahamas and off the coast of Florida. He runs a ship called Aurelia's Cruelty. Rumors are that he's a vampire and that his crew are inhuman. They only attack at night. And if you see his ship during the day, it's an ill omen of impending doom.
Ooh, he'll definitely share that story.
Blackjack, you learn, you hear that people are talking about the Spanish forces in the area are being spread too thin. It's making their ships much easier targets for plunder as they have to spread out their escorts and their military ships. Robert, you would hear that the Dutch West India Company is recruiting bounty hunters to track down pirates. They're paying double bounties for any live deliveries to Dutch ports for public hanging.
Okay, so I will give this further to the others.
Mm-hmm. The two most recent names added to that bounty list would be Simon Silvers and Robert the Red.
Mm-hmm. I definitely will give this to the others too.
Mm-hmm. And the bounty on those two gentlemen, I think do you guys remember, did I tell you last time what the bounty was? Maybe I didn't.
You might have, actually. Maybe not last time, but 2 sessions before.
Okay. The bounty on them is 100 silver. Or 200 if delivered alive.
Yeah, I will tell this to the others, of course.
And Dutch, you would pick up a rumor not a rumor, sorry, it's just actual tales what he's telling you about how for a long time slaves were used, especially in the refining of sugar and the production of rum and things here in the Caribbean. But France has outlawed it relatively recently, in the last couple of years. Supposedly, it was an effort to improve their relations with the indigenous people who were opposed to this idea of slavery because they knew being of inferior technology and an indigenous race of people themselves, that they would be easy targets for such exploitation. So,
and Dutch would very plainly tell that British guy to fuck off when he's telling him all that shit.
Very good. So those are just some of the tales and rumors you pick up over the next couple of days as you're carousing a little bit around the taverns. You all have some silver, yeah?
A little, not to drink. I don't know where we're sleeping, but...
Or you can sleep on the ship.
You see that fellow over there? The one with the dagger tattooed upon his face? He tells me that he's come from the South Continent, traveled on a expedition mapping the coastline. He says the amount of Spanish ships is thinned considerably. That bodes well for us. So if the captain has the crew and cannons loaded, as you say, and the ships of those Spanish bastards are too thin, spread out, maybe we might be able to take some ships as we head to where we're going. This is good news, the best news we've heard in weeks, Silvers. We need more men, though.
Which one said it? The man with the dagger on his face?
Yes, there he is there, the one against the bar. The ugly fucker with the dagger on his face.
Which one? As I look at the line of men with daggers on their faces.
I'm pointing. That's the one. We haven't traveled far. I didn't see any Spanish ships. Maybe what he says is true. Maybe they have spread themselves too thin.
Is this man a sailor? Is he a pirate?
No, he was just a crewman on a ship that was doing mapping.
Ah, a man that knows the seas. Perhaps we should invite him to our trip.
We should recruit the man with the dagger?
No, perhaps we should invite him to our Shanghai party.
Oh, what a party it's going to be.
What do you think? We'll get him drunk and we'll throw him on with Tom.
Maybe he has some of these maps. Let's do it. I'll go over and start chatting having another conversation with this guy, bringing up the fact that we are indeed potentially looking for people.
I'm making a list, like a mental list of people we're going to abduct into service.
I'm just going to name this guy Daggerface for the moment.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Anything else over the next couple of days? You want to jump right up to the trip back to the tribal village?
Silvers is ready to go.
Yeah, I'm
So
good
so is Robert the Clown.
Oy. Robert the Claw. Okay, me
So
and
it's
Robert
better
the
you
Claw. I'm going to attempt to buy a couple relatively cheap bottles of rum to take as a offering to these people as we go back into the village this time. How much is that going to cost me?
For a second here. A bottle would probably normally run around 7 or 8 silver pieces.
Okay. I'll spend half
yeah.
the money. Yeah.
I'll say you can get one for say 7 silver, or
Cool.
a
So
couple.
I buy 2 bottles for 14 silver then.
Okay. Simon, your symptoms have passed, and so have yours, Dutch. Ronald, you're still feeling a little ill. Your symptoms will pass the following day. Sorry, but yeah. Let's see. Since it is another day, I need you to roll a d6 for me, Robert.
Okay. 1.
Okay. So your old injury, the bullet wound in your buttocks, is acting up and paining you on this day. So you'll be moving at half speed. You get a -2 to all attacks and a -1 to any skills, which that's cumulative with the fact that you are now at a -4 modifier with your claw. So that means you're -6 to attack, basically. So.
But I do have +3 in melee. Does that counter it? Will it become like -3 then?
It just means it's -3 instead of -6. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just asking
So-
that if you calculated the rest then already.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
good.
seeing that Robert is kind of lagging behind, I looked at Dutch. I was like, "Can you give me a hand with him? This man is a very valuable man to us. We cannot lose him."
And Dutch is quick to put his head under the clawed arm of Robert and help him
And
along.
I fireman carry him on the other
It's
side.
like
And,
the old ward wound is acting up, so I'm like just looking behind.
Silver's hearing that over his shoulder will say, "That shot you took to your ass, it's acting up."
And I just kind of just grunt towards him.
no, I have a question. Did he? I know the captain has said that he was going to give Robert half his money or something for his, limbs lost and all that stuff. He hasn't gotten that money yet.
I don't know, Robert. Have you been back to the ship in the last couple of days?
Let's say I have been, if that's okay.
Yeah. In that case, then yeah, you would have found a box left for you, and in that box, you will have found. Let me just try to do the math here. 10. No, that'd be too much still. So you would have found, 13, 14. No, sorry, I need to write this down. My brain's not working for math for some reason. 100 silver pieces and 14 gold doubloons.
Keep an eye on him, Dutch. We can't lose him.
I'm kind of looking at a hawk at everyone, like nobody's gonna touch my money.
Yep.
I lost already too much, so.
So each of those gold doubloons is worth 50 pieces of 8, just so you know.
Nice.
So Dutch will tuck that box into Robert's belt, but continue helping him along.
I don't think he's trying to carry the box around. He probably transported it, or I don't know. What did you want to do with it?
I want to hide it in a secure area that only I know about.
On the ship?
And no, not on the ship. It's in a area that I know about.
Okay.
And when we go back, I'm gonna get it out because I don't trust any of those scallywags.
So you buried it somewhere.
Yep.
Pirate treasure.
Yep. And I'm gonna get it back when we get on the ship.
Okay.
But I don't trust any of those bastards. So.
We've already spoken to the captain. We know what the deal is. We were looking out for your best interest, my friend. You're not
I
worried
didn't
about
say
us.
that out loud. I didn't say that out loud. It's just, you know.
We've been drinking and talking for 3 days. I would have had this conversation with you.
And I say, I deserve this money. I've lost enough to those things.
Silvers was a big advocate with you for with the captain. There's more coming your way yet, my friend. Don't worry. You're going to be a very rich man.
I don't need your smarmy attitude, Blackjack. This this money is mine, and it's going to stay mine.
As I said, there will be much more added to what you already have.
Good. Everybody will take that what belongs to them. I'm going to go after the pirate code. I deserve the money. And whatever treasure we find else, we'll divide up after the code, and that should be fine.
You do realize, my friend, that you were only a part of our crew for 2 days, and we picked you up at a harbor.
I just started like
Don't forget, Troy, because you have a tendency to do this, but actually you would have been hung if it weren't for Robert the Red and Simon Silvers rescuing you guys in St. Martin.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
And I'm like, you better stop yapping that mouth, Blackjack, because that's all you've been doing. We could have just left you to die for the crows. So you just better shut up.
I've stepped forward with my hand on my rapier hilt. You better be quiet, my friend, or you will be less than the man than you are today.
Yo, I'm more of a match to you, even with all of your limbs attached.
What were you gonna say, Dom?
Probably I'll remove a couple of them.
Dom will approach real quick, get in between. My friends, let's not fight. We have things to do, yes? Smiles that evil used car salesman smile. He does give the Claw a rather longing look. He's got all this money now, and I've got 2 silver. But hey, we'll make some money.
Not on me, you won't.
Being that I'm standing there holding the weakened Robert the Claw up, I'm just going to step aside and put my right foot out in front of him. And
I'm with Dutch.
No, we were both carrying.
Well, that's an attack. I want to have initiative rolled.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna try to trip him.
That's an attack. That's an attack. So.
As he made his last discouraging remark to me, I'm literally going to step aside and attempt to trip him into the mud as we walk forward. So yeah, okay. Initiative roll, whatever you want to do.
You guys can roll initiative. Roll d6. Now that is a physical thing, so Robert the Red, you're at a -6.
That's fine. No, -3.
I'm sorry, it's not a d6. This is the playtest version. It's based on whatever your d8 is.
Yeah.
Whatever my what is? Oh yeah,
this is an 1d8 for your initiative.
Yeah.
-6.
Oh, I've got 1d8. So I got
I rolled
a 2.
9 on the d10.
Okay, so you will definitely get to go first. So go ahead and roll an attack roll then, Troy.
Now, keep in mind, Dutch is also on the other side of him as I step forward and try to push and stick my foot out to kick him over. I'm actually trying to do it to his injured leg, whichever. If I'm on that side.
Let me see here. You're on the side that had no arm, so you're on his right side. The smashed leg is on the left side.
All right, so it's his good leg then.
Okay.
So it's a melee attack.
Yeah, just roll a melee attack.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 5, and I had no pluses.
Oh, wow.
That's not going to hit.
So you attempt to stick your leg out and try to push him to trip him, but...
I'm going to just spit out, and I'm like, okay, that's it, buddy. And I just bring out the claw. You shall be the first to fall to the claw. And, I will attack him. I got a -3. So... Nah, shit, I rolled a 6. So I just like...
So you swing the claw at him and miss? And
for now.
So Dutch, he's taking his arm off you now, and he's standing on his own and taking a swing. So now Jack is trying to trip Robert. Robert has swung the claw at him and missed, and they're standing there facing off. What's everyone else doing?
Dutch will just wheel back on his feet to square off with the two and then back away from them, sort of in a stupor.
Okay.
Ronald is
What about
staring.
Oh, Ronald's just staring. Okay.
Silvers is going to watch until it looks like Robert's in danger. Then he has to act. He doesn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm. And Dom?
Dom steps back and he'll turn to Silvers and say, "So, how much would be appropriate to bet on this?"
Well, seeing as we have little money, I say knock yourself out. Whatever you can get.
I'm sorry. I'm imagining Dom with like a Ferengi face. You know, it's like
Okay.
great opportunity.
It brings back to Jack and Robert. What are you guys going to do now? You going to continue trying to fight, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go forward with a front kick right into his torso to try to kick him over the other direction this time.
Okay.
That's my intention. You want to declare what our intention is?
Yeah, absolutely. I figured you could declare, and then we'll roll initiative and see. What about you, Robert?
I will, of course, swing my claw.
Gonna try to hook
Turn
him
off the
again.
blood. Oh yeah.
It's been a while since you killed a man, I suppose.
Oh
D10?
yeah.
Well, whatever your initiative die is, and remember you're at -6 on initiative, unfortunately, Robert.
I rolled a
on,
1.
on initiative. I'm
On
-6.
initiative. Yeah, you got -4. Was it?
Oh well.
And -2.
And I rolled a 1, so either way.
Let me
I
double check
also
it.
rolled
Hold on
one.
2 seconds. You're at -4 for your disorientation with the claw. And
Plus
actually,
his butt wound is in effect, but that's just for movement, isn't it?
sorry, it's only on attack. So yeah, so it's just -4 for initiative.
Well, I rolled a 1 anyway, so.
Okay.
I also rolled a 1,
Okay.
but
Well,
no negatives.
so you're first then.
We're both like mud wrestling here, slow. All right,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
going to attempt to, as I said, front kick right into his, abdomen and chest area to kick him back. I rolled a 17 on the D20.
17 on the D20. Well, that's going to hit him for sure. I just want to check something out here. Unarmed attacks. Unarmed attacks, if I recall correctly. See, I'm thinking the wrong game though, maybe.
I'm really trying to. I'm more trying to get him like in a prone position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to like shove and kick him over. I'm not trying to like crush his ribs or anything. But yeah, I'm kicking him full force. Fuck it.
I'm just trying to remember what damage an unarmed attack does. Let me look
I
here.
say D2,
Mm,
D4 half.
attack. I swear, I thought it was in the book somewhere. There's an item. Yeah, we'll say D2.
All right, so I'll roll D4 and a half. All right, so I rolled a 4, so 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Take
It's
2
a
points of damage, Robert. Just kicked you.
Okay.
big mud-filled.
So my max
Yes.
hit points was the 7 because it got lowered. So I'm down to 5.
Right. Okay.
So I'm like, ugh, and I'm like, this is the one time you hit
Are you
me.
still first level?
Listen. Me? No, I'm at I'm at level 2. I got like 5,420 XP.
Right. What's your hit die?
My hit die.
I don't think you ever rolled the hit points for your second level.
What's your
Didn't
maximum?
I? Well, yeah, that might have been.
What's your
Sorry,
hit
I didn't
die?
know. My hit die.
It'd be right there next to your Constitution.
Well, my maximum was 8.
No, what's your Constitution, Sean?
Oh, sorry, yeah. My Constitution is 11.
So you have a D8 hit die. So roll another D8.
Okay.
I know your maximum went from 8 to 7 from your injury, but if you've leveled up,
I rolled a 1.
okay, so you have 8 hit points as your.
Yeah, but I lost 1 permanently.
Yes, I know that because you started off
Okay.
at 8 at first level. Minus 1
Yeah.
is 7. Then plus 1 is 8.
Okay,
Right.
good. Then I'm back to 8 again. Good.
Right, got it. So now you have 6 after getting kicked.
6.
Roll your
Good,
attack
thank
roll.
you. Thank you.
You're trying to
Thank
cut
you.
him with your hook, yeah?
Yep. Okay, I rolled a 17 minus 3 should be 14.
That's what my AC is.
That'll hit him. Yep. So roll a D8 damage.
Okay. Finally. And I rolled a 7.
Okay, so that's 7 points of damage to you, Blackjack, as he hooked you.
Yeah,
so
basically, the hook
just
goes
shredded
into the shoulder, and then it kind of like, as it hooks in, and it kind of goes down a bit, like there's a big gash of blood comes out. Like two wounds, like 2 slices here.
All right, so I back up and I say, "Stop this man! He's clearly mad." And I pull my rapier.
You attacked me, bastard.
I don't know what anybody would have seen. They would have seen me step aside with my foot. I don't know how apparent that would have been to everyone else. So I pull my rapier half out of the scabbard, take another step forward, and I will drop you where you stand. This is your last warning.
Dom will actually step in between. There is no gold in you two fighting, just a corpse. So let's continue on. He smacked you, you smacked him. We're all good. Grabs his mustache, pulls it. I'd hate to intervene in anyone's behalf, but let's go. Gold is that way.
And I just look at my claw with the blood. I said, I told you I would cut you. You don't mess with me. You don't mess with my treasure. You scallywag. And then I just continue going far away from him. And next time you mess with me, I'm going to go for your neck, bastard.
I spit on the ground and walk away. I'm done with you, and I walk away.
Yeah, you walk away.
I turn my back to you.
I go to Silver's.
Yeah, Silvers has a surprised look on his face. Damn near killed him with that one.
I would have too, bastard. Nobody messes with me again.
I turn around on my heel and I'm going to lunge forward with my rapier with that response or that retort from him.
So again, you're attacking.
I'm right back in the shit again after that.
Wait. Do we get initiative again? Do we get initiative? Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna join initiative this time too.
Yeah, so will Dom, just so I can intervene.
I got a 3. I got a 3.
What about Ronald and Dutch? Do you guys want to get involved, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's time.
7
PvP action.
Hey, I was telling you you're going to keep your treasure and get more treasure. I don't know where you went with it, but this is where we're at.
Dutch is going to slowly take his full movement, walking backwards in the direction of the Milky Teat.
Okay, Dutch is heading back towards the village, or heading back towards the town, sorry.
Yeah, with his hands up. He's ready to quick draw.
Okay.
I don't trust you, man. Like, that's my character doesn't trust you.
Did anybody get higher than a 7?
I got a 7.
Dom's got an 8, but he'll wait if you can delay. He'll wait.
You can hold an action, but you got to declare what that action is going to be.
If someone's going to do a killing blow, Dom will intervene. So he'll try to knock out the victor.
Okay.
So if someone's going to kill you, then he'll attack the victor.
So if somebody goes down, you're going to attack the person that took him down. Got it.
Correct.
Okay. So then it's Silvers and Blackjack are both on 7. What are your actions going to be?
No, I'm going to attack Robert the Red or Robert the Claw.
Lunge over the rapier. What about you, Silvers? You guys are going to act simultaneously. What's your action?
So I see him lunging at Robert's back with a drawn rapier.
No, not his back. Definitely not his back. I would have turned.
Yeah, Robert's turned to face him. So.
Okay, but he's kind of like off guard.
Yeah,
it's like a surprise attack.
Almost. I mean, he's got his claw out. He heard him coming, but yeah, Jack's got the initiative. Jack's gonna attack first.
All right, I'm gonna Maleficence him.
Okay.
Maleficence Jack. I've got to. If I don't do it and he dies, my soul gets ripped out of my body.
I know that. Yeah, I know that.
All right, so you're gonna do a charm spell or whatever the.
No, Maleficence is a direct damage spell.
Oh, okay.
So first I gotta roll damage.
It's fire-based, yours, isn't it?
I have 1 hit point, so if it's automatic damage, then I'm going down.
I did 8.
I'm at -7.
Okay.
So then you get a save though.
Shit.
You get a save for half, I believe, isn't it, Ian?
Yep. Roll magic save first.
All right, let me see what that is. It's charisma, right?
Yep.
46, looking for a 6. I got 1 6.
Okay, so it's a partial save, so you can take 3/4 there. So instead of taking 7, you're going to take 5.
So that still leaves me at -4. So I said get engulfed with flames.
-4 would technically, by the old rules, be dead, but by these rules, you roll a d20.
Welcome to my world.
I rolled a 1 on the d20.
I lagged out there. What'd you say? What'd you get?
A 1.
You rolled a 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's dead.
Oh no!
And seeing the telltale explosion now, Dutch has seen it once before, and he knows the situation's probably been ended, so he might start creeping back.
Yeah, Jack just goes up in flames.
Yeah, I bonfire him and I yell, "You fool! Don't attack him!"
And I look at Silvers and I'm like, I'm starting to like your magic stuff. And I have this wicked kind of like maniacal kind of look in my eye. Nobody's gonna touch my treasure.
Damn it, Robert! Confound our demonic pact. Look what it's made me do.
Big deal. He wanted my treasure. He would have slit our throats for our stuff.
But he was a good man.
Good.
As he's running around on fire.
And I'm like,
I don't think he's running around. I think he's lying on the ground on fire.
He was better dead than alive. And I look at the claw, and I'm just saying, things about to change.
And Dutch Sorry, go ahead.
And that's all I'm saying. Things about to change.
And Dutch leans in close to light his rolled cigarette off the corpse of Lucky Jack.
Damn.
What do you do, Dom?
Dom looks like a deer in the headlights. He's got his 2 daggers out that he's going to throw. Looks at who's a victor, puts them away very gently. So now that this ugly business is behind us, money is that way. Do we kick over some dirt? What do we do with our beloved corpse?
The first mate.
I go there and I just piss on the corpse. And I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I spit on it. Nobody's gonna touch my treasure. Then I walk away.
After he desecrates the corpse, Silver goes over. it'll like bend down and say, like, looking at the burnt husk and say, "I'm sorry, Jack. There wasn't anything I could do. My hands were bound. I was in a demonic pact with the man. If I would have stood by idly as you speared him, my soul would have been ripped from my body. You gotta believe me, Jack." And I'll grab the carcass and shake it. You gotta believe me.
While he's doing that, I'll start to, he does a little prayer and stuff. Yes, let's pray for the dead. I'm looking for his purse. Yes.
First, do you have any money on him, Blackjack?
He only had daggers, right?
What?
I thought he was rich.
Wait.
You're muted.
You're
The
muted,
ritual. I say we take his body with us.
I had given you guys all my money when we first got into Tortuga, remember? But I have just 11 silver pieces remaining.
Okay. You find 11 silver pieces, Dom.
No, guys.
Let's carry the body to the scene.
Exactly. Let's take it. Help me carry it, Dom. Let's take it to the villagers. If they have magic that can remove a demon.
You see Dom's hands are all crusted with soot and stuff. Yeah, let's take it there. Yes, he does whatever you tell him to do.
And Ronald turns around saying, "You're all crazy." And he goes in the direction of the village,
And
shaking his head.
And Dutch will unceremoniously grasp the legs of Lucky Jack to help carry him along, and he'll mention something about, indeed, they might have some way of restoring life to this body. Am I getting feedback here? Should.
No, not on our end. Not on my end, anyway. Okay. Carry him to the village. Let me see here. You did the deed, Robert. Roll a percentile for me, please.
Okay, percentile. Give me a second.
Yeah, I just want to see if the captain's in the village when you arrive with Blackjack's corpse.
Rolling percentile. 16%.
Nope, he's not. So the villagers are kind of looking at you suspiciously as you're carrying the burnt corpse of Jack.
What was the woman's name who visited me?
Helen Marie.
So I'll start yelling, Helen. Helen!
Come up, then. Ah, Mr. Silvers, you came. Oh my, what happened to him?
There was argument about the crew's pension plan.
We had a disagreement. That's all you need to know, woman.
Why have you brought him here?
I know that you have some kind of sorcery. Is there any way to put life back into this body?
You will have to ask the spirits. As I said, I am just a vessel.
Then we shall commune with them now. Time is of the essence.
Very well. Come. We will not do it here in the middle of the village.
While
Are
we're
you all
carrying him...
coming?
Oh, sorry, Ian.
Are you all coming?
Yes.
I'm coming.
Two.
Okay.
And holding the corpse, indeed, Dutch says, I'm coming as well.
Silver, shouldn't we find him another body? This one's a little crisp as I wave a foot.
Actually, Dom, if you'd be willing to go back, I think I have an idea.
What would you like to do?
So I will lean in and I'll whisper something into your ear that the others can't hear. But what I tell you is the black servant, Tom, he had an eye for him. Go get him and bring him back, and maybe we can convince the spirit to put his soul into Tom's body.
Dom kind of does a sign, and he's like, okay. Give me a couple hours, and I'll bring him over.
Good. We'll prepare.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Dom will take off then. He'll say, I will be right back. Nature
Okay.
calls, and I hauls off.
So she takes you out to a place not too far from the village, out in the jungle. There's a bit of a clearing there, and she's got some stuff set up. She's got a little. She's in the process actually right now of trying to get a bonfire going, a small, campfire type bonfire, a small fire. She's got a pot. You're not sure where she got it. Obviously, she must have got it from somebody in the town or something. But she has a pot there. There's a chicken with a rope tied around its leg. And the rope is held down by a really big rock on the edge of the clearing. That's kind of fussing about a bit. She's got a dagger. She has a big pouch of tobacco and some rolling leaves that she uses, you figure, to roll her cigarettes or something. And she's got a collection there of various herbs, a small basically, I guess it would be a bottle of water. And she's in the process of getting things set up. And she says, are we waiting for your friend to come back then?
Yes, he'll be quick, he will.
Okay. So we'll just jump straight forward, Don. When you get to the doctor's house, go up and...
He'll bellow for the doctor and for Tom.
Okay, the
Sweat
doctor come
glistening
out.
off his head.
Or, sorry, Tom will come to the door. Ah, yes.
He
Is
breathes
everything
out,
okay?
puts his hands on his chest. I need your help. There's been an emergency. Something's awful. It's awful. And he starts to cry a little bit. This is greasy beard and stuff. Oh, it's been awful. Come. And
Just
he kind
wait.
of tries to pull
I'll
him.
get the doctor.
We'll need the doctor
Come
and
in.
yourself. We need someone strong.
Okay. And the doctor, he goes and, comes back into the room after a minute or two with the doctor. And the doctor says, yes, Dominic, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. That is true. We need your help. The claw
What's
has
going
gone loose, and there's body and blood everywhere. And he starts to cry and to sob.
What? What happened? Robert's... Is he hurt?
This way, and he kind of tries to pull the two of them with him.
Okay. Where are you taking us?
To the village, that way.
Okay, they'll go along with you.
And he's actually crying because all the sweat. He ran. He's huffing, puffing. So he'll lead him back.
Yeah, they'll go with you. The doctor will say, wait first, and he'll run in and grab a bag that he's got, that he carries his surgical tools and stuff in.
I think they'll need some rum and some wine. Don't forget that.
Okay. Yeah, so you lead him back to the clearing then, and when they get there, what?
I'll try to lead the doctor away to talk to Silvers, and then ask Tommy, you need to go in there once I see where the rest of the group is. That's where they are to hold them around.
Okay, so he'll go into the clearing where the rest of the crew is, and you're going to call Silvers over to the doctor?
Yep, now it's his turn to BS the doctor, because Dom is just too tired. He sits down and starts to drink a little bit.
Mr. Silvers, yeah. The doctor's looking at you, bewildered. He says, what's going on? Your friend brought me here, said there was a problem with Robert. I see him there. He looks... And then he sees the body of Jack. Oh. What happened to Jack?
The claw happened.
Looks like he burned him.
I just don't say anything. I turn and I look at... we're still standing at the site of where the ritual is going to take place, right?
Yeah, you're near the clearing.
Helen, is it ready?
She says, who are these people? No one must interfere with the ritual once it begins.
They won't.
The doctor's like, ritual? What ritual? What's going on here?
Everything is going to be made clear in a moment, Doctor.
Dom will slowly go over. Doc, this way. They've got some sick children over here as well.
What?
And then when he tries to lead away, he'll look over at Silver and says, hey, he wouldn't come without the doctor. And he kind of pushes the doctor around.
So you're going to try to drag the doctor back over to the village?
Yeah.
To find some supposedly sick children? Okay.
And we'll go
No
to
problem.
tent to tent to keep him distracted.
That's fine. So she'll start the ritual. So she does, she's like doing an incantation in a language none of you understand, because we rolled last session to see if any of you guys spoke or understood the Carib language, and you all failed. She's doing it over this pot, which she's now got sitting on kind of on the fire, and she's put the water in, and she's putting various herbs into it, and she takes the chicken and cuts its throat and drains some of the blood into the pot. And then she takes some of the big leaves and she starts rolling up cigarettes as she continues chanting, and she rolls up several cigarettes and she begins to smoke one. And then when that one runs down, she smokes another one, and she keeps on smoking as she's doing this. And you can smell she's smoking more than just tobacco anyway. There's definitely some kind of other herbs in there. And she's, continues to chant, and her eyes are rolling in the back of her head, and she's mumbling, and at this stage now it's getting really dark. The sun has dropped down kind of behind the trees, and darkness is coming in pretty quick. So it's just all lit by the light of this fire in this clearing. And eventually, she just kind of collapses mid-incantation, and she lies on the ground, motionless, for a time.
I'll walk over and look down at her.
Yeah, she's breathing faintly.
Helen, are you all right?
Her eyes open up, and she looks at you. She looks around, and she sits up. She reaches down and grabs one of the rolled cigarettes, picks it up, and holds up to the fire. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that before she passed out, she had drank some of the hot liquid from inside the pot. She looks over at the pot and picks up and drinks the rest of it. And she looks at you. And she looks a little different. You're not sure what it is. It's in her expression. Her face has changed somewhat. And she says, in a voice that is not her own, she says, "Are you Silvers?"
Yar? I'm gonna look suspiciously. That be me name.
You may call me Kurz.
Aye, Kurz.
This body tells me that you wish to speak to me.
I do,
You
Kurz.
seek my aid. And
I do.
just like smoking a cigarette and taking big drags and large tufts of smoke. What is it you seek?
One of our crewmates died. I found him a suitable replacement body. I know that the power of the spirits here is great, but I don't know how great. In exchange for something of equal value, could you take his soul and posit it in the other body?
The soul of that one does not belong to me. I have no control over it.
To whom does it belong?
I do not know, but it is not here. It has departed already. Perhaps you could contact his spirit, but you've contacted me. What can I do for you, Mr. Silvers?
There is a unwanted guest that lives inside of my body. A demon.
Yes, I can see him. He says his name is Grox.
Can you
He
expel
cannot,
him?
he cannot act here in my presence. I have suppressed him temporarily. If you wish to rid yourself of him, there is a ritual must be completed. It will be a big task, very daunting. I do not know if you are up for it, Mr. Silvers.
What does this task entail?
You must retrieve the chalice of Dagon. Take it to the sunken temple Place it upon the altar and fill it with the blood of a living being. A human being.
Where is the chalice?
The chalice was taken. It is in the possession of a Spanish captain, Rivera.
I've heard of him. And where be the temple?
The temple is in a place you call the Bahamas. If you find the Cattleya Mosier's brightest flower in the city of Cumana, she will be able to tell you where Rivera is. I'm sorry I can do nothing for your friend, but he is probably happier wherever he is now. And she starts to shudder a bit and froth at the mouth a little bit, and then slows down and kind of brings it under control and looks at you again. Her eyes have kind of glassed over a bit, but she continues to speak to you in this almost masculine, rough voice. And she begins to roll another cigarette. She says, "That one there," and she looks up and she looks at Robert the Red across the clearing. "He's missing something."
Perhaps you can't see as good in our world. I believe he's missing a few things.
"I am here as your guest, Mr. Silvers. May I address that one?"
I just have this image in my head of him covered with blood, laughing maniacally as the entire crew's dead. But I can't sabotage him either. Be my guest.
"What is his name?"
The Claw.
And she finishes rolling the cigarette and lights it again off the fire and starts to smoke it. And she stands up and says, "Claw,
Yes.
you are missing something."
Look at my hand. I look at my stump. No shit.
"Do you want it back?"
My arm.
"Yes. That one." And she points at your stump on where your right arm used to be.
Yes. But then I look at my left hand. But not this. I have a new hand. I look at and I say it kind of like a bit like I have a new hand now.
"I could not improve upon that, as it were, anyway. It looks exquisite.
It does, doesn't
But
it?
I may be able to do something for the other."
Yes.
And she drops down on the ground and starts to convulse, and she starts to retch. And blood sprays out of her mouth as she, almost like a cat coughing up a hairball. You know how they kind of hack for a while, and then they violently kind of force something up. And this like ball-like object comes out of her mouth. It's about the size of a jawbreaker, you know, like a big. You ever see those big jawbreakers you used to get out of the? And except it's like covered in blood and probably bile. And it rolls towards you and stops at your feet. And she stands up again, wiping some of the blood and vomit off of her mouth, and says, "Eat that, and you'll be whole again." And her eyes roll back into the back of her head, and she collapses.
And I pick up the thing and I look at it, and at first, like, if I would be like before the whole injury and everything, I would probably not do it, but I'm like, I'm a changed man for sure. And I just start eating the thing, and I like just greedily gobble it up, basically.
It takes you some work to pick it up with your claw hand, trying to figure out how to open and close the pinchers on the claw, but you eventually get it. She's collapsed now on the ground and it isn't moving. Just maybe a slight rise and fall to her chest.
Yeah. So as I swallow it down, what happens?
Okay, roll a saving throw versus magic, please.
Okay, so 3d6. I got a 6, a 4, and a 2.
Okay, so you got a partial success. Okay, so you don't go unconscious, but you're racked with violent convulsions yourself, and you feel the need to puke almost instantly. You're going to take 5 points of damage. As
Good, 5 points.
Out, basically.
I had 6 health points, I'm down to 1.
Yeah, I mean, you just puke up anything that you've eaten, drank, whatever, and then some until you eventually just try heaving. But the ball doesn't come back out again.
Yeah.
It's not there. What are you guys all doing as this is going on? He's violently vomiting and retching on the ground. Helen is dropped unconscious.
Ronald turns around and starts vomiting as well, because he's feeling sick anyway, and now seeing this, it's too much. Too soon.
Yeah, Tom will say to, who's there that he knows? Dutch, I guess. What the hell is going on? Why did you guys bring me here?
And Dutch will just say to Tom, the sort of doorman, I'm not too sure what's going on here. And Tom would see that Dutch is just making sure that his gun is all, his pistol's all powdered up, and the flintlock's ready to go, and it's clicked back, and then back in the holster.
I have to find the doctor. He turns, starts walking towards the village. The doctor's with you, and now realizes there's no sick kids. Like he's like, "What's going on?" I can't hear you. Do you have a mute on your headset?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Dom will go after this. Is probably the 4th or 5th family tent, and I think we gotta go talk to the Claw. Let's go back that way.
What's going on, Dom? You're acting very strange.
I have no idea what's going on. I was asked to bring you guys over here because there's a lot of sick and injured people. You saw the body of our friend.
I can't do anything for the dead except for maybe bury him.
That's it, and we run back, or we'll walk back. That's it. We need to bury him, and I don't know the proper rituals.
As you're heading back, you will run into Tom, and Tom's like, "Doc, don't go back there. There's some weird, crazy voodoo shit going on back there. Don't want anything to do with it. There are people vomiting violently and speaking with other voices. It's bad. It's bad. Let's go. Let's go back home. Let's get out of here." To which the doctor would at first think, well, if people are getting sick, maybe I can help them. But then he sees the look in Tom's terrified face after what he's just witnessed back at the clearing, and he's going to take his word for it and say, "Look, sorry, Dom. I don't think there's anything else I can do for Robert. If he gets really sick, bring him back to my house. But, like, yeah."
Dom is staring intently. I mean, he gets into the face of Tom, looks into it. It seems like it's Tom and not Jack.
Yeah, if you're getting right up in his face, he's going to get kind of a defensive stance and raise up his hands a bit, like he's about to get a fight or something.
No fighting. You said there's a lot of weird stuff. I'm just making sure you're you. Sorry, Doc. Gives him 2 silver. Sorry for your trouble. I'll buy a round at whatever bar you like. And then he kind of ignores the rest of them and walks towards the group.
Okay. Back at the clearing. Silvers, what have you been doing this whole time?
I'm just staring at the claw as he's convulsing on the ground, wondering why he just so readily ate that. I'm watching to see what happens to him.
Eventually he stops. Eventually the urge to vomit ceases, Robert. It takes a few minutes, but and you have puked up everything you had. You're literally just dry retching until finally it stops. And your throat's all raw and sore, and yeah, you don't feel great, but that's it. That's all that happens. Nothing else. Nothing. Jumps out of his chest or out of his head or anything of that sort. He doesn't keel over and die. I don't know what you were expecting, but
I'll plop down next to him and let out like a heavy sigh and say, Robert. Talk about goblets of weird sounding names and secret temples and flowers of strange islands. Whatever happened to the good old days with parrots and making people walk the deck?
Those times are long gone. This is not an age of seafaring anymore. This is an age of magic and wonders. The darkest kind of magic.
What was the term you used earlier? Devilry?
The darkest type of devilry. So in a world of devilry, one must become a devil itself.
Perhaps it's time, Robert, for us to take the ship and become captains of our own destiny.
That's probably a good idea.
And the voice inside you, Silvers, comes out. You haven't heard it for a while, but it says, this time it's speaking in a man's voice. It says, yes, take the ship. That captain can't be trusted. You've already done away with one of his men. You should do away with the rest as well.
His name was Gex. Was that what the spirit told me?
The spirit told you called him Grox.
Grox. I hate to say it, lad, but I agree with Grox.
Yes. Kill the captain. Take his ship.
But I don't
better get rid of Dom and Ronald as well. They're his men.
Nah, they're good lads.
Ronald, you're standing right there. You can hear him saying this.
And Dutch will say, what about that Houston? I don't trust him.
Yes. All of Tom's men must die.
Are you serious?
Tonight the British bleed.
Well, what do you say, Robert? Is it time to take the claw to the captain?
I just look at the claw, basically, and I'm like, yes. Let's bring the claw to the captain. Yes.
Yes, the captain's great treasure is nothing but a wild goose chase.
Yes, Grex. Yes.
The real money is the one that I have, and we'll use it to build, to get more people for the ship. More, I say that, crewmates, there we go. To extend the crew. Get some more cannons, and we can get a better ship eventually.
And what do the rest of you say to that? Let's take out
Don,
all...
you'll be coming back about this time. You probably don't know what they're talking about, but yeah, you're coming back now as he's saying what you all think. What did you say? Let's take out Tom, what?
Let's take out Bloody Tom once and for all.
That sounds like a proper plan.
And what's so more, in the new crew that we form, equal shares for everybody.
I'm in.
Their first mates taking their undue share.
As long as everybody is pulling their own, doing all the same equal work, I'm fine with it.
At this point in time, Helen starts to stir. And she sits up. Oh, my head. She starts mumbling something in a language that you don't speak, but yeah. And she looks over at the detritus around the clearing, the pot, what's left of it, and the cigarette butts, and she immediately starts to roll another cigarette.
Yeah, I'll ask her. Where is Tom?
Tom, I believe, went back to his ship. He said something about important deliveries coming in the morning.
I think Robert would like to meet with Tom. It's been a while. I think Tom would be interested to see his new hook.
Yes.
What about you, Silvers? Did you find the answers you were seeking from the spirit?
My eyes are going to shift around. Is there anybody watching us other than, like, our crew?
Go ahead and make a wisdom check, so roll a d20. Are you at any negatives now? No, you're not, are you?
Nope.
Just roll a straight up d20.
Gotta get below an 8. Got an 8.
You got an 8? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're looking around, and yeah, you can see there's some of the people are in the jungle, kind of watching. Some of the tribes people.
I got everything I need, thank you much. But we'll be taking our leave now.
I wish you luck in ridding yourself of that thing. And then Grox speaks again through your voice and says, "Shut up, bitch. He'll do no such thing. He'll not listen to your ill advice."
And best of luck to you too.
She makes some kind of a strange sign and takes her leave of you. Come on, Simon, you don't want to get rid of me. We have good times, don't we?
Good enough, I suppose.
He's got to be better company than this one, and I'll kick the corpse of Lucky Jack.
What did the spirit tell you?
Bunch of gibberish. I didn't even make out what it meant.
Hear him talking to himself here. Well,
no matter. I
Whatever
got
it
business to
was.
attend to.
you can surely disregard it. It's probably poor advice anyway.
I plan on it. Well, shall we all go meet Bloody Tom?
I think so.
I look
head back
at
towards the ship?
out of character. I have 1 hit point left,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know how long it takes for me to heal up. But
Takes a while. It does take a while. I think you can heal 1 hit point per day. 2 hit points if you're getting total rest, if I recall. I think it's 3 hit points a day if you have like a proper soft bed and proper care and everything being tended to, I think. Oh yeah, it's 1 hit point per day, 2 hit points. I think you double the rate, if I recall correctly, with a regular medicine check, and then I think you can add to it again with proper surroundings for recovery.
I'm like saying, I want to visit Bloody Tom, but I feel a bit weak. Yeah.
How many days do we have left until he planned on leaving Ian?
4 days.
If I go to the doctor in 2 days, I would be fine, pretty much. If I get 3 hit points back at the doctor. So that means like 6 hit points back. I wouldn't be 100%, but I would get good enough to fight.
Well, I leave the decision up to the crew.
Oop, sorry, breaking up there. Let's see here. So, damage characters who have at least half of their hit points, which you don't. Characters who have less than half their hit points remaining are worse shape. You recover nothing from a night's rest and only 1 hit point by resting a full day. So you require a full day's rest for recovering 1 hit point per day. So there you go. That's what that is. And then I think a medicine check can double that.
So that's what I'm saying. If I go to the doctor, I mean, I could go now to fight. I'm saying that now out of character, obviously. I'm saying, well, I could fight, but this devilry in this last fight has weakened me. What do you say, Silvers?
Let's go kill Bloody Tom.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So do you guys want to take a quick bio break, and then we'll resume with your plan to kill the captain? I may have to change the name of this episode if you guys don't end up heading towards setting sail for the Spanish Main after all. But
Just a second. It has been only a few seconds after Helen left.
something like that. Yeah, maybe a couple minutes or something. But yeah.
Okay. Ronald will try to run after her.
Okay.
Does he find her?
Yeah, you could catch up with her before she gets back to the village.
Okay. Ladies, sorry. Wait. Do you know what you did? You cuffed up a demon flesh ball. Do you remember?
No, I have no memory of anything that happened during the trance.
But do you know what that means? Because Robert the Claw added. Is he demonized now? Like
I do not
Silvers?
know, but I think it means he's nasty.
Oh, true. But beside of that, do we have to worry now?
Listen, lad. If you want to live a long, healthy life, you probably want to set yourself as far away from all of these men as you possibly can.
Easily said than done. But thank you, lady.
And when Ronald goes running off after her, the voice says to you, almost in a whisper this time, Silvers, so that nobody else can hear, that one is keeping a secret from you.
Which one, Ronald?
The boy, yes.
No, not Ronald. He's a good lad.
You shall see. Okay, so then will we take a bio break?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Yep, sounds good.
We'll resume here in a few minutes. Cool. Right back.
Curses, Troy, curses.
Oh yeah, Troy. If you want to make up another sailor character for the crew or something, by all means, feel free. It's up to you.
No, I think I'll wait till next session, but thanks.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, sorry, man. It ended up being my hands were tied into acting.
No, it's all good, man. I don't mind it at all.
I also didn't plan on doing that. I just I was ready just to have the wounding and then leaving it be, but my character just kind of was suspicious about you for a long time anyway.
Your character's turned into a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's not there anymore quite, so
The Claw.
he's becoming almost like a slasher villain at this point.
Not to retroactively question it, but what was when in combat, didn't you have some kind of mental incapacity as well when you were in combat?
That was already factored in.
It's roll a 1d6 whenever I act. And
Oh,
if I
it
get
was
a
you.
one,
It was
me.
you that was affected by it, not Robert the Red or Robert the Claw.
Robert the Claw has one too, as well. He has.
He's with
Superman
a
as
butt
well.
entry that.
I was
causes
at
him to go
I was at
slower.
a -3 already. Technically a -6, but so.
Yeah. No, I was getting it mixed up with Andrew's thing.
I thought you were gonna kill me because I was at a huge disadvantage, honestly.
Well, I was trying to trip you and kick you.
Yeah.
and you were swinging a D8 claw at me. There's a bit of a disadvantage there.
Yeah. Well, as I said, my character, like, if he wouldn't have, if he would be still fine, it would have been a different thing. Maybe it just would have been a brawl. So, yeah.
Well, it's not like you can brawl unless you just want to kick the man.
Well, exactly, yeah.
But you only have one good leg too, so.
Yeah.
I love how you fucking like grab him in the fucking cartilage of the shoulder and rip this like massive wound down his torso. And it's like, see, I told you I'd give you a cut.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I thought it would be cooler if you would have a big scar, and I could always remind you, like, remember that scar. That was my plan. If you ever like tell me shit. But it made sense that your character got pissed and attacked. So.
What did you say that made him pissed off? I forgot.
I said basically that I would have killed him if Dom wouldn't have interfered.
This is like the fucking worst shakedown ever.
Yeah. The fact that I'm going now to a fight with 1 hit point, like I must ask though, I don't want a power game. However, my question is with the puking, wouldn't I regenerate that quicker or not really? Right, it's the same.
Oh, it was pretty violent damage, but don't worry. We'll talk about the repercussions for you.
Power gaming going into a possible melee with 1 hit point and a -4 modifier.
-3.
No, sorry.
Well, it was -6, but you had +3 to your attack roll.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe Blackjack died though. That was some bad rolling.
Oh man.
What are the chances of an outright death with what he rolled, Ian?
1 in 20.
That's what I thought.
Oh, only the one would have been outright death?
Yep. Anything else would have been an injury or something, along the lines of like losing a limb or being stupid or,
As I said, like, welcome to my world.
That's
my D20 alternate death chart, which is also in the. I don't know. I posted it somewhere. I can't remember where I posted that. It's probably in the Irish American Expatriate group.
If you get right down to the brass tacks, that was the second time Sean took your character's life.
Yeah, I was thinking that because Sean is definitely winning this game. He's killed 2 people, or 2 PCs.
Oh, he did totally kill 2 of my
And he got
characters.
one to, beg for his death. He's like, do it.
Yeah, the first one he didn't willingly kill. He only killed.
No, I didn't want to. I would have saved him if I could the first
Yeah, it was a
time.
mercy killing.
I was a very Robert was still Robert the Red. I'm the Claw now. I don't give 2 fucks. You don't
I
fuck
think
with me.
if
You
you survive
not-
this, you'll probably be our captain going on. Robert
So everybody's back now, yeah?
He's got to be, man. He's got to be the captain. It's too good.
Are we
Oh
ready
my
to
God.
resume?
I'm curious what this fucking disgusting demon jawbreaker is gonna do to me. Like,
Well,
we'll see.
get to that, right? So what's the plan for taking out the captain? When are you going to do it, though, exactly?
We're going from
Because
the
you
jungle
were
straight to
saying-
the boat.
Okay, so Robert, you're not going to the doctor's house to recuperate?
No.
Okay, straight to the boat.
We'll just go to the boat and I'll recuperate afterwards. I'm kind of crazy at this
Pretty
point.
late at night when you get back to the boat. So
Yeah.
Tortuga is, as always, alive with the summer night. Weather-wise, it is really, really humid, really hot. There's a lot of clouds in the sky, but there's no rain or anything like that. It's just like thick clouds in the sky, just kind of insulating it and making it even hotter here in the summer. So When you get to the docks and back to the boat, it is alive, bustling with activity. People are cleaning. There's a lot of work going on the boat. Still repairs and refits taking place. You see a lot more bodies on the boat than what you'd seen before. What do you want to do as you approach?
I look at Silvers, and I'm saying it like quietly in a corner so nobody else hears it. It's like, so what's your plan?
I say we go over to Bloody Tom and show him your claw.
You got another one of your spells in your pedo? Just in your, how do you call that? In your...
Hands. They call them hands, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking German now, so.
I'm just teasing you.
Don't you worry about it, Robin. I'm ready.
If you have an ace in the hole, that's what I wanted to say.
I've got a couple ideas, and I think the rest of the crew is hungry too. We'll be taking Bloody Tom down.
Okay, just be sure. I might be going down on this. It's gonna be worth it.
So as you board the ship, you see these men who are aboard working away. They all look like sailors.
That's fine. I'm looking then for Bloody Tom.
You don't see him on deck, but you go to his cabin at the back of the ship. Do you want to open the door? Do you want to knock on the door? What are you going to do?
I'm just going to open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you walk in. The cabin is lit. He's got a lantern lit on his desk, and he's there looking at some piece of parchment that's rolled out on the desk in front of him. He glances up as the door opens.
Like, you know what? I don't even open the door. If I can retcon this just slightly, I'm gonna kick the door in and I'm gonna hack the fucking hook into his head.
Okay, so you just instead rewind. You kick the door open. He looks up with a startled expression on his face, and you charge at him across the room to swing your hook at him.
Yep. And I said, "Here's my claw. Your career has ended." Okay, so initiative.
So you're still at -6 on your initiative, right?
No, you said I don't get a minus for my initiative.
Oh yeah, you're -4. Sorry, you don't get a minus for the war injury on initiative. You get a minus though for your awkwardness with the
Wow. Okay, I rolled a 4, so I'm at a 0 again.
Okay, and he's on 4. So you kick in the door, and as you come charging, he goes, "Robert, lad!" And he stands up, like, with his arms outstretched like he's going to give you a hug at first, and then as he sees you charging towards him, he reaches for the pistol in his belt, and he's going to get a -2 to attack with it since he's drawing and firing in the same round.
This might be the end of the claw.
Oh, no, he's going to miss, for sure. Oh, wait, I didn't even roll misfire chance. No, it doesn't misfire. So the gun goes off, BAM! But he misses you, shoots way wide. And as you charge up to him, you can make your attack roll. At this point, the rest of you who are outside the room, you see, from at the moment he kicks in the door, and then the gunshot goes off a couple seconds later, all the people on the deck stop what they're doing, and they're all looking at you guys. They're looking at the captain's cabin.
Dutch will run up and take the brunt of these stares from the men working the deck, and he'll say, "You'll hear a lot more of that working here. Now take off the lines and shove off. We're heading out to sea."
Nice.
Okay, roll a leadership roll for me there, Dutch.
All right, is that
you
a
have
D6?
the leadership skill?
No. But I got charisma.
It's a D6 roll. You're gonna
I did get a 6 on there, but I have
Okay.
no leadership.
That's all right. You're imposing enough with you speak with enough authority that they're like, okay, are you the first mate? Are you Jack?
There's no first mates, but there's a new captain tonight. Now take in the lines.
Sure thing, Captain. and they start pulling in the lines. Robert, the claw. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm rolling my attack. 2.
Oh, that's gonna miss. Yeah. So you miss.
I miss,
claw.
and it goes wide, and it goes into the freaking table, and just like it goes in there, smashes the table slightly.
Sticks into the desk, into the map or whatever that he seems to be looking at, which you can see. It's a map of the Spanish Main, in fact. And he says, "Robert, what's gotten into you? What is this?"
Your career is ending today.
Okay. You can roll initiative again. Is anybody else going into the cabin?
Yep.
Dutch is just going to put the vibe out with the new
God
crew
damn it!
up on the deck.
I got a 4 again. It's not enough.
Oh, I'm rolling the wrong die. Tom should have a D10 initiative. Okay, got the same result anyway. Okay, so anybody who went into the room rolled initiative yet? Is anybody higher than 7? No? Okay. So the captain will go next. He'll go first, I should say. So he's fired his pistol. So he will now, instead of trying to draw the sword at his hip, he will instead flip the gun around in his hand and try to bludgeon you across the head with it, Robert. And he misses terribly. What's that come to? It's a 9. It's not terrible, but it's a miss anyway. So who is next after 7? I see a 6 there, 3, and a 4. I think that's everybody, isn't it? Yeah, because Dutch is still outside hitting the people. Yeah, they're pulling in the lines and they're getting ready to set off. Dom, you're next. Too many names. And you're muted, I think, so can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Damn. Dom will whisper to Silvers, "Don't blow me up. I'm pretending." And then he'll charge in. "Captain, what's going on?" And what he's doing is it looks like he's going to try to help the captain, but he's trying to get around the captain or on at least next to him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have his daggers out ready to defend the captain.
"It's a mutiny, Dom. Robert's gone mad. Kill him."
"Yes, Captain!" And he's kind of getting ready to throw, and then since I moved, can I delay or hold my action?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
As soon as the captain is no longer kind of looking, I'm going to backstab him right in the kidneys.
Okay.
But I got to be on his side now so he doesn't attack me.
Okay, got it. And then next on initiative, it's Silvers.
Silvers is going to lock eyes with the captain as he runs in. "Don't worry, Tom. I ain't gonna kill you with magic." And I pull out my gun and aim it at his head and take a shot. So minus 2.
Roll D10. D10 first for misfire.
Negative on the misfire. Oh, and I have to roll my D6 first.
Oh, yeah, for combat, you're right. I forgot to do that with Robert.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you don't roll 1 on that, you're fine. So go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Crit.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So that's D8 damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points damage. Okay, he's still standing. He takes the shot. It actually hits him. Yeah, it hits him in the face and blows off part of his cheek. He's got a big gaping hole in his face now. And he kind of lets out a half scream in pain. Ah!
Now, are you using crit rules still, Ian? Like that crit chart?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I am. Sorry, you're right. Hold on. I forgot about it. So maybe that might change the effect. I'll roll the D30. So that's an 11 on the crit chart. So also one attack of your choice that hits you instead misses. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to declare that after a hit is declared, but before damage is declared. Okay.
Cool.
But so your hit did the 6 damage anyway. And next on initiative is Micah. Or sorry, I should say Ronald.
Ronald looks at Silvers and tries to copy his move.
Okay,
He's
so you're going to roll
trying to shoot
D10.
him.
Roll D10 for misfire chance.
7.
If I recall correctly, you're still under the effect of that malaria, right?
Mm.
So what did I say? I was giving you a -1 to attack roll.
Okay. 18.
That's going to hit. Yep, that's definitely going to hit. So, D8 damage.
4.
4 points damage. Okay, so you shoot him in the shoulder, and he takes another half step back, but he's still standing. And it's Robert. Robert, you need to roll a D6 for me.
Okay.
Because I forgot you got the
God
stupidity
damn it.
thing going.
1.
Oh, a 1.
Dude.
Roll another D6 to see what your complication is.
2.
It just means you dropped to the lowest initiative, but you're already on the lowest initiative, so you're okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Roll your attack.
So I'm just like "Arrgh!" just doing this. Just fucking like I'm more a maniac than anything else. And I rolled a 12. -3. It's a 9. I don't think that hits.
No, doesn't.
Oh well.
So you swing the claw and you catch part of his vest or something and tear his clothing a little bit. But yeah.
Yep.
That'll bring us to the next round. So Dutch, you're the crew. The crew are listening. They're pulling up all the lines, getting the ship ready to sail. You have no idea who any of these people are. they think you're the new captain. So,
Dutch he'll shoot. He's heard 3 shots go off below deck, I think now. So he's going to fire
it's
his
not below
pistol
deck,
into
it's
the
at
air.
back. Yeah.
He's just going to shoot off in the air and say, double time, boys. And then he'll just take a stoic stance at the helm.
Beautiful. Okay, so back in the cabin, everybody can roll initiative again who's in the combat.
I rolled a 5, so am I at 1 then?
Yep.
Ugh. I wished at least initiative I could. Oh well.
It's the effect of. I mean, you just had a limit.
It's okay, man. It's fine. I'm like all fucked up. I love how everybody's fucked up. I got all my limbs missing. Like fucking Ronald is like malaria. Fucking demon possessed. Everybody has like.
Captain's got a hole in his cheek. You know.
Yeah, that too. And I say, this is what I wanted to say. Now you can call yourself Bloody Tom, you bastard.
Okay, it's your turn, Ronald. You're on top initiative, it looks like.
Can I throw my dagger?
Sure, you can. You have to draw it this round and throw it, so you're going to have a -2 to your attack.
So -3.
A total of -3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's a ranged attack. Do you have a ranged attack modifier?
Nope. 2.
Okay.
2.
Nope, you miss.
Mm-hmm.
You throw the dagger and miss. I forgot to check. Technically, before when Silvers was shooting and when you shot, you guys both fired into melee, so there was a chance you could hit Robert, but that's all right. We'll just roll with it. I forgot about that.
Another war wound. It's on in the other butt cheek or something.
Mm-hmm.
So next is on the 6s. So that's Andrew and Clay, Mr. Silvers and Dom.
I want to, I'm going to shout out at the captain and say, "Parlay, you son of a bitch!" And I'm going to jump to my right and try to turn his orientation so Dom can stab him in the back.
Okay, so you say parlay. I don't know, Robert, are you still trying to gut the man?
That's my only goal right now.
He's not buying it because he's still got Robert in his face, like trying to tear his guts out with the claw. So he says, If you want parley, you have to call off your dogs first.
How can I believe a man that won't even look me in the eye? And that's what I yell at him.
Dom?
With what they're talking about, does the captain believe I'm on his side?
Yeah.
Then I'll take a slight step to the left and stab him right in the back.
Roll to hit.
14 and 2, 16.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hit. Give me your damage, D8.
D8.
What are you using?
Just a dagger.
Okay, roll D8.
Okay. And the specialists, they don't do anything different with this, yeah?
No, they took backstab out with the playtest.
7 points.
Or sneak attack, or whatever it was called. 7 points.
Sorry, Captain.
Treachery! And he reached back. He got him good. He's bleeding like a stuck pig. He's barely standing. And that brings it to Robert.
God, please! I gotta hit him! I gotta hit him!
He's got 1 hit point left.
God damn it! 7. Fuck this shit.
Oh, the crowd
well.
lets you go.
I'm like fucking -3 and shit.
Well, next round, which is sure to be the last round. Everybody roll initiative. See who gets to get the killing blow. Captain's on 4.
I rolled a 4 again. God damn it, man.
Oh wait, I didn't take his action that round, did I? I didn't. Sorry. He's going to actually try to stab the treacherous Dominic, who just stabbed him in the back. Or no, he's not stabbing. He's swinging his pistol like a club. That's right. He missed anyway, so there we go. So what did everybody get on initiative? I'm on 4.
I got a 4 again, so I'm at 0. I'm at the bottom.
0.
I'm on
5.
Ron and Dom. And 6. So you're first, Dom.
I can't accept one. I'm sorry, Captain, but... and then he smiles. They pay better, and then I'll stab him again.
Roll to hit.
I love it.
Yet. 12.
That hits. Damage. Oh, he's going to die. Roll damage. See if he dies outright or not. 2 points. 2 points. Okay. No, that's enough to kill him outright. He gets a saving throw to see if he can stay conscious, stay on his feet. This is a non-magic save. He's only got 3d6. That's not good. Nope, he completely failed, so he goes unconscious. He drops to the ground. He says, 1,000 curses upon you, stabbing traitor.
Before he could finish that, I move in to do as he's going unconscious. I start hacking his face.
Okay.
As he's already long dead, but I just
Rob's just repeatedly digging a claw in his face.
Here is my claw, you bastard! There's blood everywhere and stuff.
Robert's going a little woo.
Yeah.
Off the deep end.
Dom kind of relieves himself in the corner as he's bashing this dude's face in, and I don't like to look at my victims.
I'm going to run over to the door and throw it open and walk out on the deck like a kid delivering news from Congress. And I'm going to lean over and yell, "Oh, hail Captain Claw!"
And I come out, and I have the head of the old captain, and then I
with its mutilated face, which is
it's like stabbed into his eyes, and it says, "Hail Captain Claw!" And then I just fling the head over the mast. And I'm full of blood. It's together we will reign over the seas. Yeah, I'm with the one arm.
Roll a leadership for me there, Sean.
How much for
+1?
And as he
roll
throws
okay.
Dutch he'll bow down to the blood-spattered Robert Redclaw.
I rolled a 4, so a 5, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. In just a second. Yeah, they'll look around kind of confused, and they see Dutch kind of, you bow down to the captain, you said, what? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. They just kind of say, "Hey, Captain Claw!"
Yeah.
You, matey, help me pull down the flag. and when we get it to the ground, I want to paint a hook on it using the captain's blood.
I like it.
And the torn up, bloody, probably shock coat or flak jacket of Captain Bloody Tom Bledsoe, that should probably be Robert Redclaw's as well. So I'll peel that off his headless body and bring it to him.
And while they're all doing that, Dom will kick back at the desk, kick his feet up, and start to just hum a song.
You can see that map he had rolled out there. It's a map of the Spanish Main, so it shows the main kind of, what we would know as like central and the top northern part of South America.
Also, by the way, I have brought my gold, if that's okay, my money, with me. So.
Actually, it's not okay because you had that buried on shore somewhere. And you guys went straight from the village to the ship, so you still have it buried somewhere outside of Tortuga. You have 800 silver pieces worth of treasure.
Well, I basically say if we can just go quickly back.
We've already pulled the lines out.
You're the captain. You're the captain.
Yeah, I say we go quick back because we need the money to
back to Tortuga.
Yeah. Back to Tortuga. So
You're like 100 meters away.
Yeah. And after 4 rounds, Dutch will load his gun and shoot it off and say, back, load up the lines again.
Just so we can buy new weapons and food and people and everything, so we can actually be proper pirates and succeed.
Right, so you can go back to Tortuga and dock again then.
Okay, good.
And Ronald screaming out. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ronald.
Ronald is screaming out of the captain's quarters. I won't clean that shit up.
Yeah.
We're in charge of this place now. I'll just kick one of the men that we hired and say, "Go clean up the captain's cabin."
What do you guys want to do about? He's not on deck at the moment. Actually, he's not there at all. Your man, Oscar. What was it? What was his name?
Houston. Oscar Houston.
Houston. Yeah, Mr. Houston. He's on the ship at the moment.
We'll just leave him in Tortuga.
Okay. One of the men will say, Captain, the previous captain had said there was a delivery of cannon and shot coming in the morning.
I look at Silvers and I look at Dutch. What do you think, man? Should we wait for that?
Yar, seems like a worthy goal.
Yeah, and we don't have to spend money for that. We should save the money for other things. We need to invest it so we can plunder more ships.
True enough.
Yeah, I don't want to search for stupid make-believe treasure if it doesn't exist. The treasure's on the ships, and we should take it by force. And we'll need cannons for that, and gunpowder. Okay. So I basically asked Cumana to get my gold, and then we'll wait for the cannons and everything.
Yeah, at the moment you have 6 cannons on board.
Okay.
But you're pretty low on shot and powder.
So
we also need shot and powder for the rifles and the pistols.
You got a full store of food and drink.
Okay.
You currently have 30 crew members aside from yourselves on board.
29 in Houston.
29. No, it's 30 without Houston as well. But there's a problem with that, is that when the cannons arrive in the morning, you guys are going to stay until the morning? Actually, before I jump to the morning, that night you sleep in the captain's cabin, Mr. Claw, I presume?
Yeah.
So it's the only one that's got like a proper bed on it. Everybody else sleeps in hammocks. And you have a fitful night's sleep. when the morning does come, you don't feel like you slept at all. You're just constantly having nightmares about violence, gory nightmares about blood, and every single one of the nightmares. Actually, in all of the nightmares, you have the hook left hand with the double bladed pinching hook, but you have an arm on your right, and you're killing men with hook and your bare hands, and you dream of that all night long, just slaughtering men.
Right.
And when you wake up, your right arm stub is paining you a lot. It hurts. Roll d6 too for your butt wound.
God damn it! I rolled a 1 again.
Okay, yeah, you still got the war wound is paining you in the ass, the old in the ass. But your right stub is paining you as well. And when you reach up and check it, it's bigger than it was when you went to sleep. And you've regained 2 hit points.
Ooh, nice. And I'm like, maybe this thing, this witchery, devilry, is starting to work.
Yeah, Ronald, you finally wake up with no more malaria symptoms. So you've passed through the sickness.
Very good.
Okay. Everybody else, you guys have a regular night's sleep anyway. So did anybody else lose hit points? Did anybody else hurt? Just Robert, was it? Okay. Nobody else.
Nobody. The captain didn't manage to hit or injure anyone.
Right. Well, Jack was hurt, but yeah, he doesn't get any hit points back. What did you guys do with his body, by the way?
Oh.
Left
Did you
it
just leave him out there in the jungle?
Yeah, left it just laying in the middle of the natives' town.
Yep.
Oh yeah, nice.
Do what thou wilt.
They'll burn it. So in the morning, the cannons arrive along with Houston. And so he's seeing to the delivery of the cannons, 4 more cannons loaded up and a bunch of shot and powder. There's also some extra pistols and rifles being delivered. Let's see, we normally a crew of 60 people. So you can write this down, actually, if anyone wants to keep track. You have now 10 cannons.
All right, wait, let me write it down. Okay. 10 cannons.
Yep. Just say a full complement of shot and powder for the cannons.
Okay.
You also have an additional 5 barrels of powder.
Okay.
500 bullets.
Okay.
You have 20 flintlock pistols. This is not your own personal stuff. This is just the stuff that's delivered for the ship. That the ship has.
Yeah. Right.
10 arquebuses. They're the rifle type.
Yep.
Those are also flintlock.
Right.
60 sabers or cutlasses, whatever,
Yeah, sabers. I mean,
60
there's
swords.
still sabers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then, like I said, you got a full stock of food and drink, etc. We're not going to get into the weights and how much you have exactly, but you got loads.
No. Full stock of food.
Yeah, you've probably got like at least 3 months worth of food and drink.
Yeah.
For a full crew, actually, you're only at a half crew at the moment, so it's actually twice as long. So, but yeah, of course,
we might be on sea for a long time, so.
Mm-hmm. So who's there to oversee this delivery? Anybody there at all, or you guys?
I'll come out. I'll get. Basically, everybody wants to come. like Dutch or Ronald or Silvers.
Yeah, I'll be right beside you.
So he used to say, "Where's the captain?"
Oh, and
Here.
I'll say, "Oh, come here," as they start unloading the shot and the supplies. And I'll lead them
Who
below
are
deck.
you?
Oh, I'm Dutch, and I'll shake Houston's hand.
He doesn't reach out to shake your hand.
Well, the captain's right this way. And I'll just lead him to the captain's chambers. I think his body is right in front of the chambers. We just dragged it out and left it there.
I don't know what
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing with the body.
But I'll show him wherever the body is, and then when he sees it, I'll shoot him in the back.
Okay.
Nice. I'm standing there just in case for if for some reason the shot misfires. So
Jesus Christ. Yeah, roll a d10.
yeah.
Roll a d10 there for me, Justin. As long as you don't misfire, I'll just say you could just shoot him in the back of the head. And, yeah, no.
Yeah, I rolled me.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be low, and just bleed him out. And you can watch the captain. push him
I look
onto the body.
I look at Dutch approvingly. Never liked that guy. He was a sympathizer.
You either.
To the new captain, Captain Claw.
Thank you, Dutch. Don't worry, we'll have enough booty eventually. We can all retire somewhere on an island for the rest of our lives.
We'll move these guys in a couple days.
Yeah. I say, let's hang him up. Better yet, in the front of the ship, where the forward mast is. We can tie them up, so our enemies can see what we'll do with our enemies.
That map, by the way, I did tell you before, he had on his desk, the Spanish Main. It had a circle around the port of Cumana, and there's a name written beside it. It just says Maria. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
1 in every 4 or 5 girls in Cumana is probably named Maria, but you know. Okay, so you've got your goods on board. You've taken out Houston, who you knew was pretty loyal to the captain, and Jack. He was loyal to the captain and to Jack both, but he did not like Silvers or Robert. So, it's your ship, Captain.
I say, let's sail out and find a ship to plunder.
Who are you going to name first mate?
And I look down and like I'm saying, who wants to volunteer as first mate?
Well, I wouldn't turn it down. I saw what happened to the last one, and I think his problem was he wasn't a Dutchman.
Yeah, that's true. I look at the others. Anybody else? You've been all loyal to me.
Just stay quiet.
Yeah, no. You've been all loyal to me, to everyone here. Is Andrew, does Silver say anything?
If a lot of time elapses there, he'll walk forward and say, "Aye, Captain, I'll be the first mate."
Okay, we got 2 contenders. I say we put it to the vote.
And
Who's for
Dutch,
who's for Dutch?
Dutch would try to say, well, I believe Silvers is truly the more experienced man. He asked me to join this crew.
Good. But don't you worry, you're all valued, and we'll hold together. It shall be Silvers then. And we'll hold together, and we'll have enough gold and booty to last a lifetime. We'll all be kings eventually, or die trying.
Do you want to name any other positions on the ship? Usually there's a gunner who's in charge of commanding the gunner crews.
Okay, then I ask who wants to be the gunner.
If you want to get technical about it, there's usually a quartermaster who's in charge of looking after stores and stuff. And,
Right.
And
So
also a bosun. I think, what's the bosun's job? I can't remember now. Anybody here a sailor?
Not me. So who wants to be? Oh, go ahead, yeah.
I think bosun's in charge of discipline on the ship.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, bosun usually commands the deck when the captain's not, or something like that.
So I Okay. Who wants to be the gunner? Who wants to be the quartermaster? Who wants to keep the order here? Who wants to be the bosun?
Dom will say, I'm good with numbers.
Yeah, you sure are. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
He'll be the quartermaster.
Dom will bow low. Thank you.
You've proven yourself trustworthy and loyal, so yeah. Don't worry, we'll be sailing for coin, gaining lots of coin, booty. So who wants to be the gunner and who wants to be the bosun?
So,
bosun?
Captain
You
Claw.
mean keep track of this motley crew that Bledsoe hired? Dutch will eye up these men on the deck, as he says it.
Yeah. Exactly. Keep some order around. Morale
I suppose
high.
I'd lend my attention to that task.
Very good. I trust you, Dutch. Let's trust the Dutchman.
First mate Silvers. The quartermaster.
And then I look.
Dom.
I look at Ronald and you. You want to be the gunner, boy? Think you're up for it?
Certainly try.
Very good.
Bosun is Dutch. Sorry.
You also proven yourself a good shot.
Thank you, sir.
And the gunner is Ronald. That should cover the most important things, most important positions.
Yeah. The other ones are the nameless NPCs like Bob and Joe. So.
There we go.
Dutch says he'll keep Bob and Joe in line as he's reloading his pistol.
Yeah, good job. Good job. But yeah. Then I go over to Silvers and I ask him, so yeah, I think we should go out and find a ship to rob. What do you think?
I agree with you, Captain. We get the men a taste for gold early. We can avoid what happened to Mr. Tom.
Yeah. None of this nonsense. We'll find some good ships, weak ships, that we can get. Maybe we can even get the ship without destroying it. We can. Who knows what we can achieve? But we got to start for small, sure things, and build ourselves up.
Yeah, right now you've got the 5 of you plus 30 crew members.
Yeah, I'm thinking trading ships full of loot, but smaller ones.
It'd be a good target.
Yeah. So I will basically pull over Silver, and I'm taking out the map and thinking about possible trade routes of the different factions.
I think I looked at that map a while ago, didn't I?
Yeah,
Sure,
I have it somewhere. Yeah.
So you're in Tortuga, which is the northwest portion of Hispaniola. So to the west of you is Cuba, or to southwest, Jamaica. To the east is Puerto Rico and then the Lesser Antilles. To the north and northwest there is the Bahama Islands and then Florida. Or you can travel to the Spanish Main, would be like pretty much straight south. Or if you go west far enough, you'll kind of reach the edge of the Spanish Main over there, over towards what's called New Spain. But you would know, well, if not you, Silvers would know from his experience here in the Caribbean, that as far as trade goes, most of it's going to probably be happening around the Lesser Antilles, the Spanish Main. Yeah, the Bahamas is still kind of pretty sporadic. It's pretty sparsely populated, as is the western portion of the Spanish Main. But, you know, yeah, you can see, if you look at the map, you can see where most of the towns are.
Right.
Those the ports.
I think I vote for going to the Lesser Antilles. That's what I command. And look
Lesser
for.
Antilles is where you started off the campaign. So that's where Captain Cake was last you knew.
Oh, okay. You know what? Then let's go to the Spanish Main. We don't need to run into any pirate hunters at the moment.
Yeah, I looked down at Captain Cake's saber on my waist. Yeah, I'd like to avoid the cake if all possible.
There's this
Yeah.
beautiful thing that often travels around the Spanish Main, known as what's it called? The treasure fleet, I think it's called, if I recall correctly. It's the Spanish treasure fleet anyway. They take the treasure from the Spanish Main back to Spain.
Yeah, that's true. They were stocked full of doubloons and ink and gold and like just insane amounts of treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the ships went down, actually. It's one of the big pirate treasures. I don't know if they found it yet, but yeah.
Oh, you're talking about actual... Oh,
Yeah, and one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also in game, you might remember that somebody said that one of the Spanish treasure galleons was supposedly sunk by a giant octopus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was at the deep sea, just north of Caracas.
I think we need to possibly inspire a new sci-fi original movie, Golem versus Kraken or something. But
Yep,
yeah.
find me a big enough rock.
Yeah, and this Kraken.
So what's your heading?
Spanish Main.
South, southeast, southwest, west?
Let's go southwest.
Southwest, so you'd be heading like towards... Well, in fact, southwest will take you by Jamaica. So you would see on there... Actually, it's kind of funny. This map, I believe there's a mistake. There's a city there, or a town on the map in Jamaica called Santiago de la Vega. But that has actually been taken by the English at this point and is being turned into the city of Port Royal, I should say, sorry. If you continue southwest past Jamaica, that will eventually take you towards Honduras, Santa Catalina. South of that, there's a few Spanish cities, and then if you head east from there, there's all kinds of Spanish ports along the main until you get to the Lesser Antilles.
I don't know if we can raid cities just yet. I want to try with the trade ship first.
Yeah.
Because the cities are usually quite heavily fortified. There's probably a garrison of soldiers with cannons where they can, there's probably a fortress there, so until we got enough cannons to fight that, I want to take out a trade ship first.
So if you're heading towards Santa Catalina, it's a little over 400 miles, and that will take you, I think, I have it here. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong page. Ships. Your ship travels to 72 miles per day, so you're looking at just a little over 11 days, not quite 2 weeks, to get to Santa Catalina.
That's fine. We got enough food. We got enough drink.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good if we go back to the starting position, because to the area where we started in, because they'll be looking for us.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm.
Okay, so after about, actually I guess I should roll just to see if you come across any hurricanes or really bad weather along the way. Actually, so all this 10 days worth. Roll. 5th day, you hit a pretty bad storm, but you managed to pull through. Don't lose any men. And you're pretty good. All in all, the weather's generally favorable for sailing. The wind is coming from mostly a favorable position. And after about 10 days of sailing, you do see a sail. The person up in the crow's nest will call out, "There's a sail." He'd have one of those nice fancy little looking glass things. He'd say, "It looks like an ocean bark, sir, and she's flying a Spanish flag." Are you flying a flag? You're still flying your pirate flag, yeah? I presume? With the claw.
Yeah.
Claw.
Yeah. Let's just take her then. I think we can take her.
It's not actually a claw, it's a hook, right? But yeah.
A hook, yeah.
It is kind of claw-like, I guess, with the pinchers. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want it to be the hook because that's like Captain the Hook, and that's a thing already. So.
Micah, why don't you go ahead and roll percentile dice for me?
27.
27, okay, that's good.
Good.
Let me do a little math here. That'll be favorable for you guys. Oops, wrong button. Here we go, calculator. 27 times. Cool. So as you want to approach it, I presume, and go after it?
I think we should start shooting at, like, I asked, though, the others, like, I look at Silvers and I'm asking, so what do you think? It's been 2 weeks. I think it's a good opportunity. We got the manpower now. We got the cannons.
Alright, let's seize it, Captain.
I'm going to tell you what I know about barks as ships go. Their purposes and all that. Yeah. There we go. So a bark is it's a 3-masted sailing ship, and just trying to figure out exactly what the purpose of it is. They can be used, I think, for they hold like a medium amount of cargo, more cargo than your ship holds for sure. Oh yeah, a lot more cargo than your ship can hold. Yep, generally have up to it could have up to 16 cannons on it. I'll tell you in a second. Well, you won't be able to know right away, not to get really close as to how many they actually have. Okay, got that figured out. And as you're approaching, the lookout will call down and say, "She looks a little light on men. I'd say she doesn't have a full crew complement." Now, you know a ship this size could hold up to 125 men. So what he's telling you anyway is that it looks like it's a bit low on men.
Okay, so I take that info and I give it, and I tell it to the others. Looking at Silvers, I'm like, so I think we should start firing.
As you're approaching, before you get into firing range, it fires some shots in your direction, but it's too far away to hit. So.
All
Okay.
right, Captain. I'll give the order.
Yeah, tell to our to Ronald, our gunner. Tell the lad we should get the cannons ready.
I'll skip down and yell down beneath. Ronald, get him in range of the guns.
Yes, sir.
So they turn. They have the wind behind them, although you actually technically have the advantage then because you're also behind them, so you have the wind blowing you in their direction, and your ship is much faster than theirs, so you'll be able to gain on them. Now, as you kind of close in, as you get closer, you want to turn a broadside and fire in their direction.
Yeah.
So you have, what did I say? You have 10 cannons, correct?
Yeah.
So that's 5 to each side. So what I'd like you to do for me there, Micah, is roll 5 20-sided dice and add your firearms modifier to the roll.
Oh, it's a firearm. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're commanding the gunnery crew, so I'm letting them use your modifier.
16.
That's going to hit.
5.
That's going to hit.
13.
That is going to hit. Oh, sorry, the 5 missed. Sorry, 13 hit. I don't know why I'm just automatically saying everything hits. So 2 out of 3.
20, not a natural one.
That's a hit.
And 11.
That one misses. So you got 3 hits. And let me go back here and just check the damage on those cannons. I think they do a D6 ship hit points. Each. Actually, it's right here, isn't it? I was looking at it. No. Fire bombs. Nope. Cannon. Just throw your drink.
Oh no, my cat wanted to play with the dice.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Yep. 1d6 each. So roll 3d6 for your damage. See how much damage you do to their hull.
3, 6, 3.
So a total of 12.
Mhm.
Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 points of damage. Okay, and they are going to have to turn to try and return fire, which I will roll for them in just a moment here, as soon as I double check how many ship hull points or hit points they have completely. I always say hull points. So here is your ship. And
Dutch
your
on
ship.
deck. Dutch on deck is just going to run along and make sure all the boarding hooks are ready for when the time comes.
Okay. We should get this right. Yeah, that sounds about right there. Wow, that seems like a big difference. Okay, here we go. So you took a big chunk out of them, but they're still sailing, and they return fire. And they also, now you see 5 flashes, which makes you believe they have 5 cannons to a broadside. So it looks like you're evenly gunned. It's a hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. In fact, that's technically a crit. Natural 20. That's a miss, and that's a miss. So 1 hit and 1 crit. Well, the crit anyway is just a normal hit, but let's see what the natural 20 roll comes up as. Okay, yeah, that's not going to matter because it's not a melee combat. And I'm going to roll a location on that critical hit. So that hits crew quarters.
Thank you.
So there's some damage done to the crew quarters. Hammocks everywhere. Fortunately, everybody's on deck for combat. So damage-wise, you take 8 hull points of damage total between the 2 shots, and you have a maximum of 25 hull points. Okay, and it will then take about 2 minutes before either one of you can reload and fire broadsides, etc. So you can continue closing the distance. Who's commanding? I guess it's technically the bosun commands the deck crew.
Yeah.
So bosun, that's you, right, Dutch?
Yep. Yeah, he's making sure we're closing distance or what they need to do, and also the boarding lines and the hooks are ready.
Give me a seamanship check. So that's a D6 plus your seamanship.
All right, I rolled a 5 and I have a +3.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys are closing on them pretty good, but you won't be close enough for boarding in 2 minutes anyway. At that rate, yeah, they'll still get. There'll be another round for broadsides to fire. So we can roll initiative. Micah, you're the gunner, so I'll let you roll the initiative.
Wrong dice. 3.
Okay, they got the initiative. So as you're turning to get ready to unleash another broadside, they turn faster and unleash their broadside first. It's a miss. One hit. Another miss. Another miss. And another miss. One hit. Only one hit out of the 5. It's not a critical hit, and it does 4 points of ship damage. Okay. Still, you have the smaller ship, and you've taken nearly half of your damage in hit points before your ship will be disabled. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Roll 5 more for me there, Micah.
12. 12. 5. 22. A 20.
Natural 20 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a 16.
Okay, so you got 4 hits, one of which is a critical hit. For the critical hit, first of all, let's see on the natural 20 chart. Future attacks against this foe are as if the foe was unarmored. Okay, that's no problem. And then we'll roll a location also for your hit. 22. You hit them. Ooh, you hit the rudder.
Ooh.
They are no longer able to turn their ship.
Very good.
So roll your 4 dice damage, 4d6 for the ship hit points. Now, while she's rolling that and totaling that up, just to get an idea of what's going on deck. So, Captain, obviously you're up probably on the poop deck near the wheel, yeah?
Yep.
I'm just guessing, I don't know. Silvers?
I'm outside. Yeah, I'm getting ready to board with the crew.
Okay, so you'd be maybe down on the main deck then.
Yeah.
What about you, Silvers? Where would you be?
I'm up on the poop deck watching.
Okay. The bosun's definitely down on the main deck, barking orders. And what about you, Mr. Quartermaster?
Dom is on the poop deck with his scroll and pen, marking off all the stuff that's gone off. People been costing money.
Gotcha.
Not even paying attention to the battle. He's just marking off all the stuff we're spending.
Okay, no problem. And of course, Ronald is below deck on the gun deck. So, what was your damage?
12 again.
Yeah, they've taken more than half of their hull in damage, so they are starting to show signs of where the ship is. And plus the fact that you took out their rudder, you notice that they are no longer turning, they're just going in a straight line. So you could use this to your advantage with a successful seamanship roll, Mr. Bosun. Go ahead and give me a seamanship roll. If you can succeed, you'll be able to get into a position where you can continue firing on their ship.
I rolled a 2 with a +3, so I think that's 5.
Unfortunate.
Might have to kill a man tonight.
Are you giving them the order to pull up for boarding anyway? Captain Claw?
Yep, we'll board.
So you're pulling up for boarding. There'll be time for another volley of cannon fire as you try to get into position. Oh, we need to roll initiative, Micah.
1.
Okay, they get the shot first. So that's a miss, hit, crit, miss, in fact a fumble, and another crit. So 2 crits and a hit, and was it 2 fumbles? No, 1 fumble. Wow. Okay. So their fumble means that you guys will all get +2 to hit next round. Or you get +2 to hit all your hit rolls this round, basically, Micah, is what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 2 crits. Oh, shit. Roll twice on this table, take the desired result. Oh, they're going to take this. So one of their crits means your enemies all have a -3 penalty to hit that round. So actually, you could have a -1 accumulated. And the second crit means the attack does no damage when knocks your foe out for d6 turns. So that would be for humans. So I'll just negate the effect of that, but I will roll the locations. So 1 crit hit the forecastle. So the forecastle and crew quarters. Let me just look at where that is on the ship. That's obviously got to be right there. Yeah. Okay. Well, this ship doesn't have a forecastle, but it would be at the front crew quarters. So your crew quarters are taking a battering. And the second crit hit the brig, but you're not holding any prisoners. So, okay. Now for the damage on those rolls. Total of 8 points of damage. Wow, you guys your hull's in bad shape. So you are down to 5 hit points out of 25. You're down to 20% hull condition. But you get to return fire. Now you're at accumulated at -1 because you had +2 for their fumble, but they got a -3 for one of their crits. So you're at a -1 for all of your attack rolls.
Okay.
So roll another volley of 5.
4. Oh shit, 7. 19. It was a 20. Does
A
that
natural 20?
count? Yeah.
Yeah, it still counts as natural 20, even though it will do
good.
that.
12 and 3.
So you got a crit and a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Your crit effect is all of your allies have +2 morale for the rest of the combat.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole crew, everybody is like pumped up. Roll the damage, and I'll also roll the location for that hit. That crit hit staircase battle to main deck. Wow. So yeah, that would be. Let me see. Is that where I think it is? Yeah, there. So yeah, you took out the stairs from below. So only the men that are on above deck. So any of their gunners are going to remain below deck.
Good.
Which is actually pretty nasty.
Yeah. 6 damage all in all.
6 damage, okay. So you don't sink them.
Damn it.
Well, no, that's probably the captain wanted to take the ship, right? So the captain would probably be happy to know you didn't sink it.
Well, I want more of the loot inside of the ship.
So you guys can pull right up alongside of it and throw over your boarding hooks.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that you took out the stairs between decks, there's only 10 men on the deck when you pull up and hook. They're going to surrender immediately.
They're going to surrender?
They're going to surrender.
How disappointing.
I'll walk over to Robert and say, perhaps you should show one of them the claw, just to make sure they don't attempt anything funny.
They like to take out the claw. I'm like, you try anything, this is what you're gonna get.
I'll lean in and I say, Captain, I meant that you should.
Oh, yes. So I'm like, oh, of course. And then like suddenly you have this gleam in the eye, like I was like in a dream almost. Yeah, and I'm like, I was like for a second I was normal again. But I go up to the closest as I give up. I'm like, just he's not attacking or defending. I'm just gonna like hook into his neck under his chin like this, and then I'm gonna just take him and then pull him and throw him off the ship. And with a strength 17, I should be able to do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
And I'm like, You try anything more of this? You try anything against me? This is what's going to happen to you. You're going to end as shark food. This is the claw.
Roll leadership for me there, Mr. Claw.
Okay. I got a 3.
3? Okay. Of the 30 men that you capture, 6 of them will offer to join your crew.
Good.
Express an interest in joining your crew.
We'll sell the rest as slaves.
Okay, take them prisoner. You have to get the brig repaired first.
Yeah.
Well, we can use materials on the ship, cannibalize the other ship. First, we should get the loot and any kind of gold and whatever, and then cannibalize the ship and fix it.
When you say get the loot, Dutch, he says a few things in Dutch to the crew of the nameless. Is there 6 men or is it 10? 30 crew.
6.
So, but the men who would have been on the top deck, he'll say to them to start loading up. And Dutch himself is going to very unaggressively, just if the men who gave up on the deck, he's going to throw their weapons from their belts on the ground if they're not unarmed already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and you got to be able to use ropes and stuff to be able to access them, the lower deck and stuff like that, and where the gunners were.
Say also collect all the weapons, collect everything. We'll take everything.
Dom categorizes everything that we take, and he also makes sure we take the flags and other banners that we can use to lie about who we are when we sail in different ports.
That's a good idea.
Yes, you take a Spanish flag. Mark that down. You're the quartermaster.
Yeah.
Okay. So your crew now consists of 30 pirates and 6 Spaniards, who have now turned pirate, of course, but yeah.
And the other crew we can then sell off.
You find food and drink, of course, aboard more. You can refill your shot and powder, no problem. So you'll be back to full stocks on all of that again. You also find, disappointing, you find only 220, well, you wouldn't be 220. Hold on, let me do some math here real quick. Oh yeah, okay. That's not so bad. Yeah, you find 220 gold, basically value worth of loot aboard. So what's that translate to? That's 11,000 pieces of 8, which you can evenly distribute amongst your 41 people. If you go along with the equal shares, meaning you each get 268 pieces of 8.
We divide it up, and I'm there. I look at us, Dom, the quartermaster, and everybody should be accountable. So everybody gets how much? 220.
68 pieces of 8.
Okay.
You also find just to make note, an additional 345 pieces of 8 that the captain had left aboard.
300 and how much?
345. So if you want to split that,
yeah, I will split it.
That's basically just another 8.5 silver each, basically 8 silver each. So yeah, it'd take you up to 276 silver each if you do that way.
Okay.
It was the captain's private stash that he had in his cabin. I forgot to mention that earlier when he killed him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you want to do? You said you were going to just strip parts from this ship to do repairs on your own?
Yeah. Like this ship has been, I think, damaged too much that we could use it ourselves. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's less damaged than your ship at the moment, but...
And so I look at Silver and I ask him, what do you think? Should we cannibalize this ship? And I look at Dutch What do you think? I basically have the core people here.
What about
Us.
taking so many prisoners? Can we do that? Should we not just maroon them here with a barrel of fresh water on their sinking ship? Or
That might be a good idea. Might be more trouble
Hmm.
selling
Perhaps
them
you should
for
give them the
slaves.
claw, Captain.
I will not stand in the way of the claw, Robert.
Just make them all walk the plank.
The men could use some sport.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So,
I like
if you
that.
want to switch ships, this ship holds a little more than twice as many people as your ship. It's capable of holding up to 8 cannons to a broadside, whereas your ship maxes at 5 per broadside. So you have between both ships you have 20 cannons, so you'd be able to set it up full with 16 cannons if you wish. Although you don't have enough men, you don't have enough men to man that many cannons. But
well, we could have the cannons on there, just unmanned.
it travels at about nearly half the speed of what your other ship does, so it's quite a bit slower.
So I'm looking at the other guys. What do you think? Do you want to rather go with this other ship?
And less maneuverable as well.
We need a fast ship.
I agree.
I think so. Let's stick with our ship, and I'm not ready to give up the Silver Devil. We'll make the people walk the plank. And we don't have it. Yep.
Dom kind of slithers up a little bit and says, why don't we use them as slave labor to bring this second ship to a port? Sell the cannons, sell the ship, make some money.
That might be more profitable.
Wasted killing is not good.
There's only one issue with that. The only ports around are Spanish.
I'm not well liked.
Unless you want to turn back, and I mean, you could go back. You could get to Port Royal probably in 7 or 8 days, maybe 9, or go back to Tortuga.
That's it. Back to Tortuga.
We just can't leave.
Yeah. What about Port Royal?
Port Royal is an English city.
Are they at war with the Dutch?
Yes.
Do the English still have slaves, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So I'm like, Dom, I like the way you think. We'll take the cannons off and any weapons so they don't get any stupid ideas. And we'll take whatever we need to repair the ship, our ship, the Silver Devil, and then we'll sell the ship, the slaves, and divide the loot.
Where are you going to take it to?
Let's go to Port Royal.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the others. As long as that works for you all. I know I'm the captain, but your opinion is important to me.
I think that is a great idea, Captain. It should save us money making these individuals slave away to turn themselves in. It'll save you much money.
And then I look at Silvers. I'm like, what do you think?
I think Dom is right.
Yeah, we are in this for the money, for the loot, for the booty.
I mean, I and the rest of the crew want to see the world drenched in the blood from the claw, but there'll be time for that after we fill our pockets.
Oh yeah. And I rather like to slay the ones that try to defend themselves. There's gonna be place for that. And I look at Ronald Dutch. Are we in agreement?
We are.
Well, it all sounds above deck to me, Captain.
Good. Well, we're all gonna profit out of this. It's gonna mean more pieces of 8 for us.
It's actually take you 5 days to get back to Port Royal with the ship in tow.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah.
So
Good
I'll
enough.
roll again here For weather and encounters, there are none between there and Port Royal. Now, you can, you get your rigging all repaired and everything. That's no problem. Your ship hull is still badly damaged though, because you have to be able to get into port to do proper repairs for that.
How much would it cost to repair it?
I haven't given that any thought.
It's got to be a fraction of the cost of the ship, though, just out of hand. I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. No, I should probably establish a cost per hit point of damage, essentially, to repair a ship.
Mm.
So I'm going to say it'll cost you 200 silver pieces. I'm going to say it's 10 silver per hit point of damage.
200. I will pay that out of my own pocket since I'm the captain and I want to keep it going. So I'll pay 200 to repair it.
And
first
Dutch
you
will go out
gotta
of
get
his way
more.
to say, and 3 from the crew, sir, to try and get the crew to see that some of the money's coming from the common men too.
Okay.
We got to get you safely into port first.
Yeah.
So how do you want to approach Port Royal? It's an English city. There are lots of English ships about.
Do we have an English flag? That's my question. Could we make one?
We have a claw flag.
The English,
Who are they currently at war with?
they're not friendly towards pirates, and they're at war with France, Spain, and Holland. They're at war with everybody.
What about flying no flags, sir?
That would not be a smart idea, my friend. Let's fly a white flag.
That might be the wisest choice.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We have to get a flag of every one of the factions, so we can use that to our advantage.
And as Dutch tells the crew to get the white linen to make for a flag, he'll also tell them to load arms. And
Oh, you probably have a white flag anyway, just because you raise the white flag when you surrender in battle.
Yep.
So as you approach the white flag, you will be approached by another ship. This ship is considerably larger than your own. It is what's referred to as a fast galleon. It has a maximum crew capacity of about 160 people, holds 12 cannons to a broadside. This particular one is fully armed as well. And it will approach you to parley, I suppose.
I look at Silver's my first mate. I'm like, what do you think? They're gonna attack us?
Probably, Captain.
Maybe Tortuga would have been a better idea.
It's not too late.
Yeah, let's head to Tortuga. These
Tuck
guys.
in and run.
Well, right now. Well, these guys, they could just chew us up at the moment. So.
It might be a good idea, Captain, to bullshit our way out of this if we're not going to port.
You think you're able to do that?
I am a Spaniard, and he smiles, but that might not be the best for me to speak.
Okay. So I look at Silvers. What do you think? You wanna talk us through this?
Well, Captain, I have the demon inside of me, so probably not.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. And I basically like, oh well, it's gonna be me. Oh, and then I look at Ronald and Dutch.
I'll accompany you for a parley if you'll have us pull the ships together, but if we're going to get out of here, should I have the crew cut the ship we're towing? And we'll make our...
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If we must.
You're not towing it, are you?
I'm not sure. Did we just take the prisoners? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I
think-
had figured you'd left some loyal men on board that ship, and
Yeah.
I think we
Let's
found
throw. Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Then the Dutch is ready to join you in parley or command the crew as you would deem fit.
Mm.
I will join you as well, Captain.
Good.
okay.
Yeah.
So they will pull on right up alongside, and they'll call over. I suppose you have the name of your ship right on the side, yeah?
Yeah, Silver Devil.
This Silver Devil. Yeah.
Silver Devil, prepare to be boarded and to receive Captain Thomas.
And Dutch will bark out for men to accept their boarding lines and tie them off.
Dom will make sure that he has some drink and ready for the captain.
So you'll see on the deck of their ship, you can see what must be their captain. He's wearing the ridiculous kind of uniform of the Royal Navy. It would seem ridiculous to you guys, you know, you're pirates. He's got a big hat with a feather on it and everything, and he's got about 20 Marines with him. You see a lot more than that on the deck, but he's got 20 armed Marines. They have sabers and muskets. The muskets they're holding, sabers are worn on their belts. And they will all come across to board your ship. And then he'll stop on your deck. The Marines will kind of fan out behind him, you know, in a line. Probably 10 people, two deep.
And Dutch will get out of the way so that this prominent official who's boarding our ship can get full view of Robert the Claw.
Mm.
He says, I am Captain Reginald Thomas. Who is the captain of this vessel?
That would be me.
How shall I address you, Captain?
Just call me Captain Claw.
He kind of smirks. Captain Claw. Why are you approaching Port Royal flying a white flag? Do you wish to surrender to the British Empire?
No, we're not. We don't wish to surrender. We wish to trade this ship here, which we found.
At that, Dom will, as he's sweating because the situation's going, Dom will go, yes, Captain Reginald, was it? My captain has captured this Dutch attack ship and wishes to turn it in to the English. I mean, then he offers his wine.
It's Captain Thomas, actually.
I apologize. And he bows low.
How did you come to capture this Dutch ship?
We found it. It was left there by some, most likely maybe pirates, maybe Spanish. We don't know.
And where do you hail from?
I hail from England. Well, what am I supposed to say out of character? If I say
No,
Dutch,
that's fine.
Netherlands.
I just want to double check here. Robert the Red is Dutch. Okay. Roll a languages check for me.
Okay.
I know we've established that you speak English, but how well do you speak it?
Okay, I don't have any bonuses. It doesn't say here. Wait. Christmas skills. Jesus Christ. I got it all like medicine. I got +1 to medicine, +2 to seamanship. So
Yeah,
I
that's
have
pretty much a medicine. That's one of your languages.
Yeah, 1d6. I rolled a 5. Do I get a bonus? No, I guess not.
No. Okay. You feel a throbbing in your stump, which, by the way, has been growing. You're at full hit points now, too. You guys have been at sea for, what, 15 days? Yeah. Just in case you know. Your stump is now almost like half of an arm, or half of an upper arm, I should say. It's throbbing as you're talking to this guy, and you wince in pain a little bit. And he says, "That's funny." He says, "You seem to have a strange accent for an Englishman. What county do you hail from?"
I'm like, York.
I see. If we search your vessel, we're not going to find any wanted fugitives or any stolen goods aboard, I presume.
Only the things we wish to trade.
Hmm. You know, piracy, and he looks at you, is illegal, Mr. Claw. If I were to suspect that you were guilty of piracy, I'd be well within my rights to seize your vessel and have you and your entire crew hanged by decree of the Queen. But you know that, being a good Englishman yourself, don't you?
Yes.
So you wish to trade this ship to us. And that's it? And be on your merry way?
Yes.
He says, "I can take custody of the ship from here if you wish. Do you have any other goods you wish to trade?"
Only some Spanish slaves, if you're interested.
How many?
Out of character, it was like 30
24.
people, right? 24, yeah. 24 because 6 joined us, yeah. 24.
Yeah. I'll take them as well.
Captain, there are still the excessive of a few cannons that is on the list for trade as well, if you wish.
Yes, there's some cannons too.
Okay. How many cannons?
Look at yeah, how many cannons?
I believe 10,
Quartermaster.
There were 10 on that other ship, yeah.
and we're already full, so.
Yeah.
So, a beat up Dutch bark, a couple dozen Spanish captives, and 10 cannon. Yes?
You mean, Dutch bark.
Hmm?
Yeah, the Dutch bark, yep. Sorry, it's late, out of character, it's late, sorry.
I'd be willing to give you 100 pieces of 8 for them.
100 pieces of 8? Surely
Yes.
it's more valuable than that.
Perhaps it is. If you wish to try to sail to Port Royal and find out what kind of a deal they would give you there. However, they're not very welcoming to pirates, and the forts may open fire on you. I couldn't guarantee. Of course, I would be obliged to support them as well if they chose to do so. It'd be very unfortunate. And you can see there are 4 fortifications on the shore, and you know that each of them will have a battery of guns as well.
Are they in firing range?
Not yet. The ship sailed out to meet you before you got in range.
So you say that there's about like 120 soldiers versus
What he's doing.
Yeah, I know what he's doing.
Ship, yeah, on his ship you figure There could be up to 160.
He knows that we're pirates, basically, and he wants to, like, get a good deal for 100, like, for nothing, basically.
He's threatening.
Right? Yeah. And I look at the others kind of like I just give them this look, just kind of like almost questioning, but also like if we should let him get away with this.
Dom, seeing that look from you, turns over, bows low to the English captain. Would you allow us to sweeten it and repair our ship? And that would be a great cost, or he didn't say that, he rubs his beard. That would be a great deal. Yes, 100 silver plus some repairs.
And I look at Silvers. How does Silver react to my look?
Silver holds up his hand, indicating he wants you to claw the captain. You see the look in his eyes that says, if you get pushed over now, we'll just keep getting pushed over our entire crew.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I just have this devilish smile and this blink in the eye, and I'm like, well, Mr. Captain, and I want to give you something for this deal, and I look at my claw, and what this thing is that I want to give you is my claw, and I swing it at his face.
Okay, roll the hit.
Like a maniac. Yep. So I don't have any negatives, so +3 melee.
Mm-hmm.
And I roll a 3, of course, a 5. Or a 6,
Okay.
but it doesn't matter.
He nimbly dodges. His 20 Marines all lower their muskets and prepare to fire on you and your crew.
Oh my god, this might be the end of us. Shit.
Are all of your men are on deck, I presume?
On is down.
Yeah, but we should have our weapons still there. We never took them away.
Oh, I actually commanded everybody to load up.
Yeah.
Good.
So you guys are ready to fight.
If I die, that's okay, because as long as you guys win, that's what is important.
Live
I want
and
to
die
weapons him.
this day.
The dream of
Everybody
the claw
roll
will
initiative.
continue. Okay, shit, man. I wish I could have rolled higher, but... Okay, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, okay.
5.
I got 6 on a D8.
6 as well.
What did you get, Clay?
Alright.
4.
Looks like I've been missing a lot of stuff in the chat. Okay. So the 6s go first. So that would be Silver and Dutch.
Dutch will call out, prepare arms and fire on these British bastards to the crew.
So let me just
Yeah.
so you have 36 Marines. He has 160 Marines. Okay.
Well, I mean to fire on the 20 on our deck.
I know that. Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
I'm just
Okay, cool.
keeping track of the total. Okay, so you're giving your men orders to fire on their men, but what are you doing yourself then?
No, I'm brandishing a pistol. But I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to start aiming and wait for the first round of bodies to fall. And I might be among them.
Okay, gotcha. Next 6, that's Silvers.
I'm going to Maleficence the captain.
Okay,
Nice.
I'll roll his magic save. I'm just going to die. Okay. Ooh, he succeeded. I got 2 6s. So he takes half damage.
So I got an 11.
At 11, so he takes 6. Yeah, he takes 6. He's still standing. So you burst him with flame. But he's still standing there. And next is Ronald.
Out of character, is it wise to fire the cannons now?
That's what I was thinking too.
You don't have the cannons manned, so all your men are on deck.
Damn it! Not one?
You need at least 2 people per cannon to man the cannon.
Okay,
So-
Oh shit.
I mean, if you want to say you only have 20 people, 26 people on deck, you could have enough people down below deck to fire 1 broadside. Do you want to say that? We didn't really
Captain?
discuss it, but
I'm gonna leave it up to you, Gunner.
Oh.
Yep.
Um.
I
Do
don't
it.
think that is a yes then.
Okay.
So you got 10 men down below that can fire a broadside. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we can take out the ship, it might be
Mm.
the power move that we can do here.
How many hit
Okay.
points does that ship have? Remember, your ship only has 5 hit points right now.
Oh shit. 16, 14, 12, 21, and 8.
I'm just because you know what? Come to think of it, yeah, we're just rolling for crits, but yeah, they all hit because you're at point blank range. You're like literally tied. Your 2 ships are tied together.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's gonna be 5 hits. So roll 5d6 damage. You get 8 crits, but roll 5d6
Oh.
damage anyway.
The good thing is we got a backup ship. Even if this ship goes down, we can go to the other Dutch ship, or we could go to their ship. Either way.
Their ship has 104 hit points.
Um, uh, 20.
Make that 84 hit points.
We got 5.
And he is okay. No, it's not his turn yet. It's still that was her turn. So next is Dom.
Okay, Dom. How close is he to the captain since he was trying to play valet to the 2 captains?
Close enough. How close do you want to be?
Dom will drop the tray of drink. He'll take a few steps up to the captain before he can draw his rapier and everything. And he'll put his knives to his throat and say, "Call your men off. Let us leave, or you're dead." I don't know if there's intimidation or what I'd roll. And he's making sure he's positioned.
Leadership, yeah.
I have 1 in that, but he's making sure he's positioned if his guys shoot that he can't. He's using the captain as cover. So
You have a 1 in leadership, so roll a d6. You need a 5 or 6 to succeed.
okay. Roll the 5 plus 1 is 6. Nope. Yep. So
Yeah. He says, "Hold on, man."
Do you play cards, Thomas?
Cards? No. Why?
Well, I might invite you to join us for a hand, but don't ever call Robert's bluff.
So, what do we do now?
You're gonna sail back, and we're gonna sail away.
Captain, I suggest we ask the good captain here to keep us company while we sail away, and they can pick him up a little later.
Sounds about right.
That's really smart thinking.
Yep.
Oh, you notice
Hostage
Dom?
race.
He's shaking. Dom's kind of shaking.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead."
I'm like, yeah, your big mighty crew doesn't help now anything. And I put the claw up his neck.
You let my men return to my ship?
And Dutch starts barking out to make way to the crew so that these Marines can leave the deck.
We'll show some good faith, but you're gonna stay with us. And they're gonna go back to the port.
Okay, he gives the orders. His men don't look happy, but they march back across the boarding planks back over to their ship, and they start to cut away.
Okay. Then I say,
I'll take you at your word, Captain. You're going to put me ashore.
Yes, I'll put you ashore for sure. Let's get out of here.
And Dutch whistles and makes a hand signal, and men start helping to order, and they get the sails up.
Let's go to Tortuga.
Yeah, the fast galleon will not fire on you since you have their captain aboard. And your ship is still considerably faster than theirs, anyways. Even if they did pursue, you could get away.
And I still say to Dom, good thinking. Good thinking.
It's what's and Dom is like shaking. You notice he probably wet himself. He's really scared. It's what a good Spaniard would do. Captain, this way.
And yeah, Dutch will disarm, take out any weapons off the belt of the captain, and on the deck.
Hold that, Dom. Captain, I think you should show this man the claw.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I was going to show them a pile of bodies and shoot them in the back, but the claws.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, and before Dom wants to lead him away, like we wait till like they're far away, and then I say, "Okay, I'll put you to shore." And yeah, like, but not. I never said that you're gonna be alive. And I just stab him, and then just throw him off into the water. He'll be washed ashore soon enough.
He had all 2 hit points left, so you can easily coup de grace him.
Yep. I just like take the claw to his neck and like, then I throw him off the board. Here, eventually you'll get to the seaboard. Let's get to Tortuga.
So you may want to take note that Port Royal is not a friendly port.
Yep.
And Dutch will make note to, or he'll say to the crew, nothing to see here, there'll be lots more of this in the travels to come, to the 30 men that may be watching on deck.
Silver's best personal guess is our bounty just went up significantly.
No, and I'm looking at the Silvers and I'm saying, it better be, and I just spit like, fucking English.
So I'm definitely going to have to change the name of this episode. It's no longer To the Specimen, so it's going to be Back to Tortuga.
Yep.
As you head towards Tortuga again. Actually, there is closer French port. Oh, sorry.
Claws War.
There is a closer port than Tortuga. If you want to sail to Petit Gove, it's basically in the southwestern portion of Hispaniola. It's looking at this here, it's about 3 days away, whereas Tortuga is closer to 4.
And I'm looking at the others. I'm like, you could go to this other place, but I'd rather go to Tortuga. At least we know the place.
As you wish.
Yeah. We'll sell everything off there. Maybe we can go to this other place then.
Tortuga it is, Captain.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the French. You're dealing with the bloody English.
So we're going to look at this here. Now, let's figure out what you sell. How many cannons did you have to sell? 10?
10,
yeah.
From the ship, yeah.
How much would they be worth each? Actually, does it have a price for cannons in the appendix? I'm going to look that up real quick and see. Because that would make it really easy.
It says artillery 250 silver piece asterisk, and it means per size category. But that's the free.
Right. But I'm going with the single size category anyway, just the one category size 1. So for these cannons anyway, because you're carrying big fuck off, cannons for taking out castles or anything like that necessarily. So 250 silver pieces each, right?
Yeah, so that's what it says in the PDF.
Silver with the cannons, but you're not going to get full price for them. Obviously, you're going to get half. You're going to get $12.50 for those. Also, for this banged up ship, it is pretty badly banged up. So ordinarily, for that ship, if it was in perfect condition, maybe 500. But now it's down to what, 1, 2, 3. It's at about a quarter of the whole value. So,
and I believe at Captain's order, we have probably 3 bodies now, including Captain Thomas tied to the front of the ship.
What my plan is that they eventually will rot, and it's just the skeletons staying. So you got just the skulls basically on the front. That's my main thing.
Still as banged up as it is. Is that right? Am I overvaluing this thing? Actually, they probably have price values for ships in the book too, don't they? No, they don't. Okay. I'm just wondering if I'm overvaluing this thing. 25,000 silver pieces for a bark. Does that sound like a lot?
No, that sounds about right.
I mean, it's a whole ship.
No, it's not worth that much. You're only gonna get 6,250 for it. But
didn't we strip some of it too?
No, we didn't get the chance yet.
No, because of the poor shape it's in and everything, you get a portion.
Yeah.
So with the ship and the cannons, you won't be able to sell the prisoners because slavery is illegal.
So we kill them?
You could turn them over to the authorities. They can take them into prison. They're Spaniards.
We could.
Slavery
You could kill them too if you want to do that.
Well, like
line them up for the hook.
yeah. So basically, we just have a whole like walk the plank, the claw, and just kick them off and see if the sharks eat them.
Because it's a few days to get there. You got to use the
plank. Yeah. We'll use it as entertainment since we can't sell them as slaves.
You get another 7,500 pieces of 8. Now, if you can divide that amongst all of you evenly, that's
750.
That's 183 each. We're gonna say.
183. Okay.
And how many did you get before?
It was 380.
No. Oh yeah, that was including what you got from the captain.
Oh yeah.
It was like 276, wasn't it?
Yeah.
276. Yeah.
So total profit for you guys on your looting, etc., has been 459 silver. Okay. I'm just doing...
so how much did I add to the 380 again?
What about, like, how much did you get just now, splitting up the ships? The ship, sorry. You got 183 more.
Okay.
Each?
Yeah.
Each. It's already divided.
That's equal shares.
Yeah.
Now, to repair your ship, how much did I say it was going to be? 200, I think, silver?
Yeah.
You say you're paying that out of your own pocket, or you want to split that amongst the crew? That would come to like 5 silver pieces each for your crew.
If we did, I say let's split it then, because we're all using it. And 5 if everybody pitches in 5 silver, it's not a big deal.
Yep.
Yeah. And we'll make more silver.
So everybody could mark off 5 silver anyway, just towards the repairs, but that's fine.
Yeah.
That's for your hull repair, the sails and
well,
stuff.
Well, it's also our survival, so we don't freaking die from the next volley of shots or in the next storm. So
right.
It's
too bad. It's too bad the bonus recap experience was wasted on Troy. Oh well. So I'm going to give you your experience points rewards now before we wrap this session up. Okay, let's see. Rum bonuses. What about Troy? Or about Sean? Oh yeah, let's go back to my chart now for bonus experience. Where did I have it? Oh, I thought I saved it here somewhere. Alright, I have it in the... that's for sure I have that saved. Okay. So drinking rum, I've already got that figured out who's got the rum. Let's see. Player creates something awesome within the game. Character defies death. That's when you're taken to 0 hit points, but survive. Player chooses a more difficult path in order to head story. Player can choose part of the game's theme. Okay. I'm going to give you guys all the bonus for that. Anything else there? Dropping my shit. That's fine. That's good. Okay, you guys can each take 1,659 experience points.
Okay, 1,000.
659.
Okay.
So I was at 2,000, so I think everybody
You leveled up.
levels at 25. So I roll a
Yep,
D8.
2,500 for 2,500 experience points takes you to the second level.
And a D8 for my hit points, and I think that and my to hit is the only thing that goes up.
Okay,
as a fighter, right?
1,569.
659. 1,659.
So I rolled a 6 for hit points.
1,659.
Okay, so you got 6 more hit points. Well done.
What's it take for
Anybody
level
over? 10,000 XP total.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I also leveled, so I'll roll a D8.
I have a question. I was at level 2. I have a total now of 7,079 because I gained a lot of XP when I was injured.
Well, you should have been level 3 actually, but yeah, you're level 3 now, Sean.
Okay.
So
5,000 level 3. So.
I forgot.
Okay. Oh man, I was already level 3 then because I had 5,420. Oh well.
I forgot to level up as well.
Oh, how many experience points do you
Shit.
have total now, Micah?
Actually,
310.
No, I don't think you were. I think you were even 500 below me. I think you were at 1,500.
Yeah, you were at 2,000, weren't you? Or 1,500
I
or
was.
something?
Yeah.
Aren't those XP?
No,
that,
not going by.
Yeah, it's a different chart for the playtest.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
fine.
Okay.
But no, you're definitely level 2 at least now. What's your total XP, Micah?
3,159.
Yep. You're level 2.
So
And
What's your class? You're a specialist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you get 2 more skill points to distribute however you want over whatever skills you like.
Mm-hmm.
You also get your hit die.
so for specialists, those are the 2 things you get then.
Correct. Are you a specialist as well, Don?
Yeah, I'm a specialist as well.
Let me just look that up real quick to make sure I'm giving you the right amount of skill points.
So you increase the skill from like a 1 to a 2 with that, correct?
Pardon?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to do it right.
With 2 points, it costs 1 point to raise it up 1. So.
And there's
So,
something
like,
about
2.
raising it to spending the 2 in the same skill to raise it to a 3, yeah?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
And as a fighter
Yeah,
at level
2 points will be
2, my to hit mod is now +3.
+3 and everything, correct.
Cool.
And you are you didn't level up, did you, this time, Andrew? I don't think Andrew leveled up this time.
But
So.
wait, I might have actually leveled up already because I have +3 for melee ranged and firearms. So yeah, I did level
Okay, you
up.
just forgot. You just forgot to add your.
Well, I didn't change the level because my fucking character sheet is a mess. I need to rewrite everything.
And you didn't. You didn't
So-
add your hit points last time.
Yeah. But I added it now, so it's
Did everybody roll their
+3.
hit die?
Okay. And level 4 is then 10,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
And I have strength 9. Is it different in the playtest for how many items you can have? It's 5 for 1 encumbrance point in the normal rules.
Oh, it's different, yeah, in the playtest. So with a strength of 9, it's 5. Yeah, it is 5.
Okay, cool. Then I'm perfect because that's what I have is 5, so I'm still at 0. And I had a blast tonight. Great game.
Cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover before I end the broadcast? You've got experience and stuff figured out. You know how much treasure you have. You're back to Tortuga, so like I said, I'm going to change the name of this episode because you never went to the Spanish name. That's fine.
Tortuga
I'm
3
cool with
times. No.
Back to Tortuga again. Return to Tortuga.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm
killed
done.
enough
I had a great time.
tribesmen.
Thanks for
I'm
running
gonna
it.
Stop the broadcast now. So thanks everybody who watched this. Hope you enjoyed it, and I definitely look forward to our next session. Session 5 will happen in 2 weeks' time. So, cheers.